You know, and we don't really have a space of our own, conduct our own things. So, maybe you're provision for that. Okay, on that happy note. Um, so we're gonna start the public session. Everyone has 2 minutes to talk unless, we're getting a little bit repetitive or we're getting close to, too long a time, depending on what the subjects are. So, unless, is Liz ready to talk? Is she up?
Let me see.
Liz Kruger is joining us tonight,
Yes, she
by
is.
Zoom.
I'm here. Hello.
We can't see you, but hold on a second. We will try
Okay.
to- Thank you for your patience.
Oh,
And, we haven't seen you in a while.
you don't
Either I
see me? I'm sorry. I see me, but you don't see me.
haven't been here in a while. That's why I'm giving you a hearty welcome. We're always happy to have you.
Well, hello, everyone, and I'm sorry I'm not there in person. But since I think I got exposed to the flu yesterday, I don't think you wanted me in person today.
We appreciate that too.
So first off, everyone, please remember, we all need to keep getting vaccinated, no matter what we're hearing from some false news or social media. And the numbers are going up for COVID and flu very disturbingly. And so I just can't emphasize enough how strongly I feel that we are all thoughtful people who I think believe in science and facts. So let's just make sure that here in New York City, we keep getting all those vaccines and keeping ourselves as healthy as possible. In case there are people who don't know me, which means you just moved to New York 10 minutes ago. Hi, I'm Liz Kruger. I'm the state senator for the 28th district, and most of Community Board A folks overlap my district, although of course Senator Serrano also has a portion of CB8 territory. And yes, now I also have Roosevelt Island for the last couple of years. And so I want to say hi to everyone from all over the district. You know, it's a very complicated time in government, and we send out our newsletters and our monthly updates, and we try not to be partisan, but we try to be as factual as possible about all the different things that are happening in Washington, D.C., how they affect us, in Albany, how they affect us, and how New York City government affects us. And so I get very positive feedback from many people, whether they personally agree with my position or not, and nobody has to, that the information we provide is useful, easily accessible, and that people do appreciate that sometimes our newsletters get a little long, but we email them to anyone who wants them, no matter where they live. So my view is no trees were killed, no postage was wasted, and if you just decide to delete me, I'll never know, so I won't be offended. My staff have also been around forever, like I have. I'm starting my 24th year in January, 24th session year, and I am worried, but also excited about the opportunities in Albany in the coming year. I have this odd approach to government, but it works for me. Crises come along, they do indeed, and you just shouldn't waste them. You should say, okay, is this the chance to now push past all the political reasons why we don't ever get to that or we don't ever do that, and say, in the realm of crises, one has to get smarter and willing to take the risks to make an impact on people's lives. So yes, of course, we know that we're facing huge cuts in federal funding relating to healthcare, social services, housing. And my view is, all right, what can we do with less money and be more effective? A lot of New Yorkers are going to lose their health insurance. There is no question about it at this point in history. But I'm much more interested in making sure people continue to get access to actual health care, even if they don't have insurance. So I started a whole discussion with hospitals, healthcare unions, federal, state, and local officials about how we rethink the money we're spending in healthcare to make sure that even though there will be less of it, a greater percentage of it will actually be going to healthcare delivery. And it's a time for a crisis opportunity to do what we've all known for decades, which is spend more of our money on primary care and preventive health care, and therefore people won't get as sick and won't need as much far more expensive hospital care. So we always talk about it, but percentage wise, as a percentage of our healthcare spending, we don't do it. So I'm really hoping this year will be the opportunity we can do that. Of course, we know that we have a brand new mayoral administration coming in, and so there's going to be enormous amounts of education and discussion and learning curves to work with our new mayor, and not meaning it partisanly, but you know what? It's got to be a better administration than the ones going out. I don't think any of us ever imagined how bad the administration we've had for the last 4 years would actually really be. So I see that also as a hard time for transition in government, but a real opportunity for us, the people who actually live and care about New York City, to have high expectations and to hold our elected officials accountable, but understand that there are also real opportunities to get things that are critical for our people taken care of. I know you guys don't really like me to talk a long time, so maybe I'll just shut up unless anybody is allowed to ask me any questions.
No, I mean, if you have something else you want to tell us, the time limit's really for your staff, although I have to say Audrey is excellent in keeping within the 2-minute time limit. So if there's anything else you want to address, Liz, we're happy to hear from you. I don't wanna slow your roll, so to speak. I did want to let you know that I think we have a lot of people here tonight, from Roosevelt Island who are not too excited about a cannabis shop that's happening or proposed for their island. And I know how interested you are in that, so you might want to, I didn't know how long you plan to be with us, but you might want to stick around for some of that.
Too late.
Yes, look, I definitely took the lead on moving up the major piece of legislation to legalize recreational cannabis. But I also worked hard to make sure that we were putting in sort of rules about where shops could go, the role of communities, and saying this does not work here. There are too many locations here. This is too close to religious institutions or sites where children gather. We worked off the SLA law very much for the distance and the rules. And I think most people on community boards get pretty familiar with SLA laws for locating bars and restaurants with liquor licenses. So I don't know a lot about this one specific site, but Audrey was filling me in today that people are very upset about that. And so if it doesn't meet the standards, then we should definitely all be looking at it. And the truth is, New York State has to be reevaluating those distance standards literally the minute we get into session, because a lawsuit was lost by the state regarding the way the state was defining measurement within the cannabis law. So we actually, because we're under a court issue, there will be clarification of that law very early in 26. And so many people have been approaching me from all over the state looking for changes in how those new regulations will be written to be in line with what the law requires.
Great, thank you, and we appreciate that. We know that you're always around when we have questions about, and you and your team about, the cannabis OTM management. So thank you for that, and thank you for being here tonight. Okay, we're gonna move to, I believe Senator Serrano is not here. Right?
Yes, yes.
Yes? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I thought you were on Zoom. Please come on up. We're happy to have you here too, in person, no less.
Thank you. Thank you all. Guess I have to use this, right? Uh-huh. All right, thank you so much to the chair, the district manager, and all the members of CBA. My name is Senator Jose Serrano. Thank you all for having me. I was really enjoying listening to my good friend and colleague, Senator Liz Krueger, doing an amazing job. I don't know how she does it as chair of finance. She has to sit through these grueling marathon budget hearings every year. And we're about to start gearing up for the budget again, but she does an amazing job of ensuring that we have a good budget. So all my gratitude to Senator Krueger. And in the last set of redistricting, she and I swapped, reports when they redrew the district. After 18 years of representing Roosevelt Island, I no longer represent the island, so I was very sad about that. But it's in the highly capable hands of Senator Krueger, and she's doing an amazing job there. But I do represent part of the Yorkville section of CB8, and certainly very interested in all that's going on there, and all of the good issues that we can be helpful on. I just, by a little bit of way of background, entering with could be my 24th year, I think, in public office, but not all in the Senate, just 21 years in the Senate, but 3 years in the city council prior to that. I chair the Committee on Arts and Culture. Arts, Culture, Parks and Tourism is the actual committee, and funding for the arts and ensuring that we have a robust arts education system is very important. Very grateful to CB8 for their arts programming that they do at James Cagney in my district there for the art fair. I look forward to that twice a year, every year. I bring the family, we have a great time. We get to see the amazing artists that we have in our area. I also chair the majority conference in Albany. So that is one of my roles and duties as the senator in Albany is to help organize the Democratic conference in our meetings and in our proceedings. A couple of things that I wanted to mention. A bill that I passed S 1376 was signed into law. This would allow for farmers markets in state parks. Farmers markets are important, obviously, throughout the community, but throughout the state. And I think improving access to healthy foods and allowing farmers markets to set up in state parks is an easy way to do that. In communities that I represent throughout East Harlem and South Bronx, we have some of the highest levels of health disparities in a lot of ways because of lack of access to healthy foods. I see this as a way to try to engage more of our farmers markets, thereby helping our farms, but also ensuring that our community has access to healthy foods. Also want to mention that my office is, we're hosting a coat drive with New York Cares. My office is a drop-off location. I'm located on 100th Street between First and Second Avenue, so not far from CB8, but feel free to come by and drop off any gently used coats or a new coat if you want. But it will certainly go to help your neighbors in need during the colder months. I can go on and on, but I like Senator Krueger. I enjoy brevity, and if there are any questions, I'm more than happy to entertain. But again, just grateful to the leadership of CBA and the chair, district manager, and all the board members for the great work that you do on behalf of our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming, and we very much appreciate your visits to the art fair. You're one of the more consistent elected.
And you can tell I enjoy it. I don't leave. I have to get dragged out of there. Also want to give a shout out to my staff, Summer Bedford, who you all know. She's here for all the meetings. And but you know, my office number is 212-828-5829. I can give you a card if you need it, but feel free to call upon me if you have ideas on legislation, if you think there's, anything going on that I should be aware of and any way that I could be helpful. Whether in CB8 or outside of CB8, we're here for you. So thank you so much.
Thanks again. Happy to have you. Okay, so now we will start the official public session, and we're gonna call on people in the room first. And I think we're gonna go with a minute and a half. We're gonna start out with a minute and a half tonight, okay? Green, okay. Kevin McGrath, Casey Lamb, Matt Bauer. If you wanna come up and we can start. You come up there, yeah. Sorry, I know you haven't been here much.
Have the mic right there. Okay.
And just say your name and why you're here and then go for it.
I'm Kevin McGrath. I'm the attorney
Please
for,
speak into the
Yes.
microphone. Use the mic.
I'm Kevin McGrath.
I think is the mic is off. See the green light.
I'm Kevin McGrath. I'm the attorney for Casey Lamb, and I'm going to give him the mic.
Okay, good.
May I see the
Yeah,
microphone?
Here, just give him this one.
There we
Just
go.
give me
We'll
the-
give you this one and I'll take that one. Thank you, thank you.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Keith Lam. I'm the owner and managing partner of Via Hotel on Silver Street. The last time when I was aboard, there were 26 years ago when I was asked for a liquor license. Interesting. So, I'm not sure if we're gonna anybody anymore. So, actually, I'm there for 26 years, but I in the neighborhood for past 40 years. From 1985, I do over 10 Ambrose until 1999 on my own. So we are very successful in the neighborhood, thanks to all the neighbors and who supporting us, especially during the pandemic times. Without the outdoor seating, we won't be survive, won't be here today. And during the times, and I was doing very, very well with what we're doing to continue our business. And we took care of all the neighbors, with especially with the, we have built one strong structure for the table seatings. Excuse me, I'm really nervous, like you say. Yeah, for the outdoor seating. So during the daytime and nighttime, before we open, I do it myself in the power wash stream. And after we're closed, I also power wash the streets. I do twice every day, 7 days a week. So that what I do, keep the neighbors in the streets clean.
Okay, just finish up. Sorry. You only have a minute and a half, so.
So since then after that, and then I applied for this year and I applied for outdoor cafe. And then I have two neighbors which is especially. One of the neighbors next to me, because they decide to sell their building. To sell a building high price. So when someone told me, say, so if the table's outside, you can sell for high price. So they was force us and to put the table away.
Yeah.
For the past 25 years, I never get complaints, and they are very friendly with us. Since 26
Okay,
years.
all right, thank you. I think we're very familiar with the back and forth with you and your neighbors, and so this is a public session, so you've had the opportunity to testify multiple times in front of the Street Life Committee, so.
We're just going to hand out the proper plot plan, which shows 4 tables.
Okay. That's fine. Do you have 50 copies?
Yes.
Okay, great.
That's it. And
Okay, all right, thank you. We'll hand them out. Thanks. You can hand them out. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Your application will come up during the street life portion of the meeting, if you want to stick around and listen.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up. Matt Bauer. Yeah.
Hey, Casey, how you doing? I'm Matt Bauer. I'm the director of the Madison Avenue Business Improvement District.
Microphone.
Right here. I'm Matt Bauer. I'm the president of the Madison Avenue Business Improvement District, and Casey is one of our members, a wonderful business in our district for many, many years. Just yesterday, Cassie Donegan, Miss America 2026, lit the holiday lights on Madison Avenue, which was very lovely. We have 114 holiday lights up and down Madison Avenue, and that was to launch our 39th annual Miracle on Madison event, which is taking place on December 6th. I will come closer.
It's off.
Oh, it's off? Well, I project. Okay. And
Should flip on in just a moment. There we go. Sound. Shall switch it out.
It's not that. Sorry, it's not that, it's working it.
Oh, it's ready for you.
All right.
There we go.
I have my moment. All right, thanks. We launching our 39th annual Miracle on Madison event, which is on December 6th, where over 70 stores on Madison Avenue are donating 20% of their sales to the pediatric programs of Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, which is wonderful. We have many businesses that have been there every year, including Ralph Lauren, actually, which also opened up in 1986 on Madison, and also their 39th year. I should tell you, we've had 10 new stores that have opened up on Madison Avenue this fall. Astrid and BU at 1134 Madison Avenue, which is jewelry, Frank and Eileen, which opened up on Monday, California brand, and a lot more. So we have some great new stores. Come visit Madison Avenue. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Matt.
All right.
I'm sure we'll be there frequently.
Please, thank you.
Okay, next up, Kate Federicioni. Okay, Judy. Where's Judy? Judy, do you have somebody else from East, Esna that can talk? No, go ahead, because you're not allowed.
I can't speak in my session.
Nope,
Since when?
it's forever, but that's okay.
If that's
You
true.
can't speak, no, she can't speak on behalf of our organization in the public session.
Well, I had something to say.
No, we haven't, not while I've been the chair.
We do.
Well, when we found out from COIB that you're not supposed to do it, we stopped it. And we made an announcement. Because that's why Sahara hasn't been talking on behalf of, volunteers for humor for a while.
Valerie, I also have those parks announcement I got.
Well, you can hit that during parks. Let's do that. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kate Federiconi. I'm the manager of Roosevelt Island Library. We're part of New York Public Library. Just here to announce that the Best Books of 2025 list is being launched tomorrow. Stop by your local branch for bookmarks. We have the actual list available. New to this year, there is no wait times on digital copies for 25 titles. So that means you don't have to be on hold for months, which is really exciting. There's also going to be free copies given away at a couple of branches, the Stavros branch, the Bronx Library Center, and St. George. While supplies last, so try to get there quickly. We have our kickoff event tomorrow for it, and then at Roosevelt Island Library in particular, Monday for teens, we are hosting a splatter. It's a chance for teens to come and throw paint at things and get some of the end of the semester jitters out. It'll be a lot of fun. Also on the table outside are the, I created a Roosevelt Island program guide. Please pick one up. This just goes over everything that we're doing at the branch in the month of December. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Judy, I'll let you do it. Thank you.
I just want to remind everybody that our January Parks meeting is going to finally be on Rupert Park. It's been many, many years, and we encourage the community to come and tell everyone they know in that area to please come on January 8th to the Parks meeting. It will be the only thing on the agenda, and Parks will present their design and take all questions.
Okay, you can do the ESNA piece. Go ahead, you can do the ESNA piece.
Okay.
That's it.
Very quickly, the East 60s Neighborhood Association is having a holiday sing on Monday, December 1st, and at 65th and 3rd Avenue at TD Bank. Please bring a toy for the children at New York Presbyterian, and we'll have carolers in holiday costume. And the other thing is that the next night is the ESNA annual meeting, December 2nd. Everybody is invited.
Thank you. Okay, I I don't think anyone else in the room has signed up for the public session. I just want to check. Okay, so we're gonna move to Zoom.
Yes, we are.
Okay, and what a surprise. Evelyn David is our first speaker.
I don't see her on the Zoom, I'm sorry to say.
Uh-oh. That always worries me. Okay, then here are the next three people. Michelle Goldstein, Damianti, I'm sorry, I can't see the whole name, so can you fix that?
Yes, I can. There you are.
Thank you. Radheshwar, Melinda Grenier, and Alan Potter. So first up, Michelle Goldstein.
Hi, yes, good evening. I'm just calling in on behalf of the Brompton. We had put in a request for a no standing anytime designation. We met with the Transportation Committee on November 5th. They approved the no standing anytime designation request 4-2. And subsequently or prior to, we reached out to the Manhattan Borough Engineering Office. They did a preliminary field investigation and thought that the request was reasonable. And I believe this is our last step in the process. They also sent out a field engineer and thought the request could be fulfilled, and just wanted to bring it to the board's attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, Damianti, Radheshwar. Now here, okay, Melinda Grenier.
Linda? Here we go.
Hi, this is Melinda Grenier, and I live on Roosevelt Island. I'd just like to speak for a very short period of time about the fact that we really do not need a cannabis dispensary on the island. I understand the need for them, but not here. We have only about 14,000 people. We have very restricted transportation options here. The place where this would be located is on a street that is 2 lanes. There's no parking there. There's a library nearby, a school, a mosque, and children go by this area constantly. Like I said, I understand the need for these things, but I just don't think Roosevelt Island is the right place for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Melinda. Alan Potter and Charles Gerard, Simona Krosilic. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your names. And then Starlight Harris. Get ready. So
Alan?
Thank you. I'm Alan Potter, and I've lived on 73rd Street for 15 years. My family has owned and lived in this home for generations, and we're right next to Via Quadrono, who spoke a little bit earlier tonight. I'm here on behalf of my family to ask the board to vote against their outdoor seating application. We were friendly with Via Quadrono for years, and during COVID, they expanded to put a shed and tables directly in front of our place without ever asking us. We didn't complain at all during COVID because we understood, like everyone, that restaurants needed our support at that period. But since COVID ended, they've become bad neighbors despite our helping them out during that period. Specifically, Via Quadrono was heard at the Street Life Committee 3 separate times this year, in March, September, and November. And at the November Street Life Committee meeting, the committee voted against their application 7-0. And we're asking the full board to do the same. Their application fails to follow the rules, and it's just they just repeat since COVID, they just sort of flout the rules. The proposed roadway cafe would impermissibly extend past the front of the restaurant by 7 feet. This flaw is clear from the drawings in their application. But I want to specifically flag that the drawings in their application are inaccurate and not to scale at all. Their handwritten drawings make it sound like they're only a few feet out of compliance. That's not true. You can see this if you carefully look at the photos in their application. The restaurant footage they have to work with after accounting for a manhole cover is really small. The proposal also doesn't seem to leave the requisite path for emergency vehicles or for handicapped access. The plan is illegal. They've been bad neighbors when it comes to outdoor dining, and we're asking the board to reject their application.
okay, thank you. Charles Gerard.
Charles, you should see a prompt to unmute. There you are.
Does that work? Yes, I'm just following up Alan and just reconfirming that at the last meeting when it was rejected, there was confusion and craziness. The application says 4 tables, 8 chairs, but somebody, their attorney who's there, said 20 chairs, and then he said 16 chairs. We don't know what's in the handout today. Utter confusion, opening the door to craziness. In addition, it was stated that the supporting hand-drawn diagram had been stamped by architect in line with the committee request, and it had not been committee suggestion. As Alan said, the width, they're 7 feet off. They don't have 7 feet they're trying to use. They have insufficient room for the wheelchair use or the required access and maneuvering. They claim 96 inches out into the street. That leaves less than the 15 feet required for emergency vehicles to pass. The sidewalk is chronically packed, trash at night, encroachment onto our frontage, steps, neighbors' steps, rats, and so on. There is a need to be fair and open and clear. However, the diagram is deeply misleading, and this does not meet the rules. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Starlight Simina Protulin. I'm sorry if I'm.
Okay, hi, how are you? This is Samina Krashulik. I am also a resident of Roosevelt Island, as the person two folks before me spoke, so I'll keep it brief. I'm also asking, please, the board to respect the wishes of our community to not allow the dispensary on Roosevelt Island, which is a very unique architecture and living space with only one street. So that will be the only street that children can go and pass by the dispensary multiple times a day, going from to and from school, to and from our only subway stop. And so it really, although the zoning laws I understand are very unique to this item, unfortunately in our case, Roosevelt Island is also very unique with one street in this case. It also causes multiple problems with deliveries, with customers being in and out on that street. It didn't sound like the gentleman had thought through the cannabis waste removal, where Roosevelt Island also has a very unique system for waste removal. And quite frankly, our infrastructure just cannot handle more traffic and more people in this space. So respectfully ask everyone, please, to not allow this to move forward.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next three speakers are Starlight Harris, Judith Birdie, and Rachel Dowling. So Starlight, you're up.
Starlight, there we go.
Okay, I too am a Roosevelt Island resident, and I agree with my other two neighbors that there should be no cannabis dispensary on Main Street, which is located near churches and schools, and it's just not enough. It's just too much going on with the schooling and the children. The traffic would be a logistical nightmare. And like she said, we have limited transportation options, and the structure of the island and the size of the island and the demand for everything that is actually needed is far outweighs the need for a cannabis shop in that particular location or any location on the island because of its size and the number of residents. So please, Community Board 8 and the state of New York, please show us your grace by not allowing the cannabis shop or cannabis dispensary to be allocated to that location or anywhere on Roosevelt Island. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you very much. Before we go to the next speaker, I just want to make a clarification for everyone who's in the room and online. The cannabis application comes before the community board, and we either approve or disapprove. This is not a final determination by any stretch of the imagination. It then moves on to the OCM board, and they will make their own decision based on what we've said, if we've disapproved it, why we've disapproved it, or approved it, and they will make the final decision based on other facts that they have. Number one, whether it is in fact meets the requirements of the law. I just want to make it clear to everyone that there's no special rules for Roosevelt Island, and if the shop is not on the same road as a school, 500 feet away, that is not, if it's 250 feet, or if it's 250 feet away, but it's around the corner from the school, that doesn't meet the requirements of the statute. So there are a lot of things that are in play here. So whether we approve or disapprove of the cannabis shop this evening, it's an ongoing process. And if you are opposed or in favor of it, you should be in contact, as Liz Kruger said, with her and I believe with Rebecca Seawright, and you can follow the application all the way through the process. So I would encourage you to do that. So Judy, sorry, I know you, so we're going to you, and then Rachel Dowling. And then there were a number of other people who were signed up to speak about the cannabis shop. But after that, I'll just take a show of hands, and if you really feel like you need to talk about it, we will, but we are listening, and we do hear that there are quite a few of you who are signed up against the shop. And we know that I think 100 people came to the Roosevelt Island meeting, and most of them were not in favor of the shop. But that being said, I believe Judy is gonna testify against the shop, and then Rachel is, I believe, the only person who signed up to speak going forward who is actually in favor of the shop. So after that one, we'll take a little bit of a poll to see where we are. Okay, thank you, Judy. I hope you like that introduction.
Thank you very much. I just noticed on your agenda for next month, you have 3 more cannabis shops scheduled for next month. All of them are on large commercial districts in the Upper East Side. None of them are on a tiny little main street on Roosevelt Island. I've lived on the island 48 years. I've seen lots of stores welcomed, and we welcome 99% of the merchants who come to the island, and we support them. We were blindsided by this application for cannabis dispensary. The store is going to disguise itself in the front as a flower shop. And that's the name of it, a flower shop. It may be great for this type of shop, but not on a small main street that is full view of every passerby and dispensary in the back. The community has almost unanimous support to defeat this application. I haven't seen such a unanimous support for anything on Roosevelt Island in many years. We welcome family-centered businesses and hope a much more suitable use for the storefront can be found in the near future. And I thank you for all the support we've received from our friends and neighbors. And I think that the opinion of Mr. Roosevelt Island is clear. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Okay, thank you, Judy. Okay, now we go to Rachel Dowling.
Okay.
I don't see Rachel here.
No?
Is it right there?
Oh.
I think so.
I see someone else. Let's see, Amanda Brown.
Oh.
Try that.
But she's opposed to it.
Oh.
Rachel.
Uh,
Does anybody see Rachel?
Rachel?
Not as much as things, many people.
Okay, well, that's not what I said. Okay. All right. Is there anybody else? Amanda, can you take your hand down just for a second? Can you take, everybody take their hands down for a second? Is there anybody who's online who is prepared to testify in favor of the shop? Can you show the whole body? We're only seeing 6 people.
Yeah, so this is the whole list. It won't show everyone just because there are too many people today. But there are no hands raised.
Okay, so can you just, by a show of hands, people who are here to testify tonight, who are gonna testify against the shop? Can you see
Here are
the
the, so you'll see the hands at the top of the screen
see
and
or a number?
let's see, 13.
All right, now, having said all that, let's take the hands down. Is there anybody who feels like they have to testify because they have some additional information or something they want to say that hasn't been said before?
And sign up.
And you're signed up to speak. Thank you. Okay, how many people is that? Yes.
That's 6.
6, okay, are you seeing who they are?
Yep.
Joyce. Okay,
Yep.
yeah, I see
So
who they are.
Here's the list
Thank
of
you.
names.
Okay, first up then is, I just wanna go, it's the next person that was signed up was Amanda Brown, so let's go to her. And then we'll go to Joyce Short.
Thank you so much. I promise to keep this very brief. I'm a resident of Roosevelt Island. I'm the co-president of the PSIS 217 PTA. I'm the board member of my co-op, and I began the current petition against the cannabis dispensary that now has over 1,000 signatures in less than a week. I echo what others have said. We do not need nor want this dispensary on our island, and regardless of the way the law is written, we hope that with your support and with the support of our electeds, we can stop it from happening. Thank you.
Appreciate the brevity. Thank you, Amanda. Next, Joyce, go ahead. Nice to see you.
Oh,
She's
she
not-
muted again.
She's muted. Yeah, we can see.
Joyce, you should have a prompt on your screen to unmute.
Am I
There you are.
unmuted now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, good. Okay, I am the president of the Roosevelt Landings Residents Association. And Roosevelt Landings is the building where the CBD dispensary would be located. We're a building with 1,003 families, which I represent. And there is a groundswell of opposition amongst the residents of of our building. We are the only non-doorman building in the entire island. We have 49 access points that are unmanned in our building. And we have had a history of violent crimes in our building by people who are intruders in our building. And that includes stabbings and shootings as well. Another reason why this is that it's germane not to have this cannabis store located in our building is that we are a building that has had many fires. In fact, this particular weekend, we had 2 fires. And we understand that cannabis dispensaries in a building make it difficult for the building to have renter's insurance. And particularly because of the problems that we have, it is absolutely essential that we have access to quality renter's insurance. We understand that that the owner would like to plug in his electric vehicles in our building and in order to recharge them. And that would be really a very, very huge risk for our residents. So I plead with you not to approve of this dispensary. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Joyce. Appreciate it. Next up is Susie Del Campo.
Susie, you should have a prompt to unmute.
Yes. Good night. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm Susie Del Campo. I also live in the same building where the dispensary is being proposed. I have been working with Amanda with the petition that we have, and I have been working with Joyce with the last weekend's fire. But I want to add, I'm also the leader of the Girl Scouts in Roosevelt Island. And they send you, Community Board 8, the video that they took measuring from the door of the dispensary to the door of the Catholic Church and the Roosevelt Island Youth Center. And I want to use this space to ask Senator Liz Kruger to please to check on the law, because the law says that, yes, there's a minimum distance between religious places and schools, youth centers, nurseries, but it says standalone building. And in New York City, really, there's no standalone building of recent construction that has schools or churches, mosque, or anything. And there are a lot of dispensaries being put like right next to them. So the architecture of the island is very, very distinctive. We use our buildings with commercial underneath and residential upstairs, but we cannot have this dispensary here. Thank
you, Susie. There are several other people. I would really, I'm imploring you that if you don't have anything else to say, that's going to be different. We understand the arguments. We're noting how many people are here, noted that there were 100 people who came. So If you would lower your hand, I would very much appreciate it, but we'll come back to you, okay? If you don't lower your hand throughout the rest of the public session, I just want to move on to a couple of other topics right now. Next signed up is, Robin Ostro. Robin?
Robin, you should have a prompt to unmute.
Unmute. Okay. I met you, Valerie, at the meeting for Alex Boris, and I brought up the fact that during the winter time and during the summer, I live on the corner of 69th Street and 2nd Avenue, and the platform for the subway has become like a homeless shelter during the winter. And more in the winter because there are crowds of homeless people. I come home at about 11:30 at night on Friday nights from work. And there are usually anywhere between 1 and 5 people camped out there, sleeping, spread out, food around. When I go to police precinct meetings, they told me to call 311. 311 acknowledged and never responded afterwards. No closing of the thing. And it persists, and I have no idea what next to do about it. So I just want to make people aware that it's an unresolved problem on 2nd Avenue and 69th Street.
I appreciate that, Robin, and thanks for following up. And we invite you to come to our transportation committee meetings, which are once a month, the first Wednesday of the month, and we can alert MTA about what's happening at the station. Thank you. Okay, next, let's see. Where are we? The MTA. Mark, you said?
Sandra Lerner.
It's not the same. Where? Sandra Lerner, and then Mark Yosef.
Yes, hello. I live on 79th Street between First and York Avenue. When HSS finished their construction on First Avenue between 79th and 80th Street, they reinstalled the 2 bus stops that were moved. The M15 SBS was moved from 81st back to 80th, and the M79 was supposedly moved from the west side of First Avenue to the east side of First Avenue. The bus shelter was put up, and the electric was put into the ground for the ticket machines, and that was over 3 months ago. And the bus stop, M79 on 79th Street, sits empty at least once to twice to 3 times a day when I pass by on my errands. I have to tell people the bus does not stop here. You have to go across the street. I put in a 311 to Department of Transportation, and the response was it's not their responsibility for the ticket machines. It's an MTA responsibility. And I don't know how to get in touch with the MTA for it. I just want to make you aware of it, that it's very destructive to everybody that there's a bus shelter with no bus. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. We appreciate you following up, and we have your information. We'll look into it and we'll get back to you. Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight. Okay. Mark Yusuf?
Yes, hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, this is Mark Yosef. I'm a business owner. I own Rodney's on 61st and First Avenue. I want to thank you all for your support in this community. We feel very welcomed here. I had 2 issues that I wanted to bring up. Number 1, we have a neighbor who calls the police on us every night. And the police have told us that there's nothing they can do. If somebody makes a sound noise complaint, they have to show up. So they just keep showing up, and they see that there's no real issue, and then they leave. So we don't know what's the good resolution of this, because we're a comedy club. We're not really playing music, and if we do, we close relatively early. The other issue that we wanted to bring up is during the marathon, for the last 8 or so years, bars on First Avenue would set up Bars on First Avenue would set up their bars outside, right in front of their stores for business. This year was the first one in recent memory where the police walked down First Avenue, told everybody you cannot set up a bar outside, and destroyed most of the bar's business for that day. If the issue was in order to prevent people from drinking outside, they simply bought inside the bar and walked it out anyways. So I wanted to know if there's anything.
Well, if it's illegal, it's illegal. I think it's illegal to sell alcohol out on the street, but that's, you can send us an email, we can forward it to the precinct, but, I'm not sure that we can solve that for you in a positive way. I guess but you're telling me that you were able to make the sales anyway, you just couldn't make it out on the sidewalk, I think. So, anyway, I appreciate that. We'll take your information and we can see what we can find out for you. But I would tend to think that the police are finally enforcing the law that was there in the first place, so I don't know how to comment on that. Okay, next up, Salvatore Lenzo.
Yes, good evening. I'm Dr. Salvatore Lenzo. For the last 33 years, I've lived at 21 East 73rd Street, which is 2 doors down from Via Quadrono. So I think I'm uniquely qualified to lend perspective on the problems that arose during the 5 years subsequent to the initiation of COVID. So every day when I walked out my door, I saw these rat holes and dirt strewn across the sidewalk, because what happened with the outdoor shed, the rats built their nests underneath the shed, and then we were inundated with rats. After the removal of the shed last November, this problem significantly dissipated. In addition, the other issue, maybe even more important, is the safety issue. Because of the congestion that was placed on the street by the outdoor dining and all the people the patrons, many people were forced to cross in the middle of the street because they couldn't even get access to Madison Avenue to cross. So that also lends a very serious problem with danger and people getting hit by cars, etc. And even today, when we don't have the outdoor dining, there's significant congestion, especially on weekends. So I echo the concerns of my neighbors, Mr. Potter and Mr. Gerard, and I respectfully submit to you that you reject their application for an outdoor dining space. Thank you.
Okay, just for clarification, you're saying that there has been no outdoor dining there for a whole year, right?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next. Who's up next?
John. Let's do Beatrice.
Beatrice Agero.
Good evening. Just want to make sure I'm heard before I start speaking.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. As a Black African woman, I would like to highlight that many Roosevelt Island residents, including neighbors of color, are battling sobriety, either for themselves or their loved ones. We are a 3-minute drive from Phoenix House, which is across from Costco, and the residential substance use program. It appears that this business is clearly meant to target young people and adults of color to come across the bridge or elsewhere to a gateway business and engage in harmful behavior along the picturesque meditation steps. I ask this board to reject this proposal in part and reject it in whole. Every inch of Roosevelt Island is for children and for families, the Roosevelt family, the Blackwell family. Research has established that marijuana in any form leads to developmental delays when consumed by mothers and now fathers whose reproductive health are impacted. What this looks like are excessive tantrums and antisocial behavior that children just don't grow out of. I strongly urge the board not to allow this business in our child-centered community. Mothers and fathers who will be drawn to use marijuana will do so at their children's detriment and with access to this mind-altering substance. New York City has a crisis of providing special education support to all of our students in schools. Roosevelt Island is severely underserved in the early intervention program, which means that if your toddler needs a speech therapist or teachers, families can wait for sometimes years to receive services. This kind of business pours salt on this wound. This kind of business is not part of the solution. I implore you, board members, to stand with Roosevelt Island children and families and reject this application entirely. Thank you.
One of our public members is Dylan Geronimo Kennedy. Go ahead, Dylan.
Hi, I just wanted to speak very briefly and commend the Transportation Committee. While I wasn't able to be there for the most recent meeting, I could see that I think they did a great job in assessing changes to no standing / truck loading zones by, in some instances, approving small minor changes that will help, facilitate the movement of people and goods, but not going so far as to kind of remove 18 parking spaces on one block. So I think it's items 4, 5, and 6. I think they did a great job, and I urge the rest of the board to vote the same way that the Transportation Committee did, in some cases approving, and in some cases rejecting, where the changes were more extreme. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dylan. Okay, we have 2 more speakers left. Both of them are on the cannabis shop, but since we just have 2, let's just do it. It's Joe and Marky. If you feel you really need to speak. No pressure.
She wants to speak.
Go ahead, John. You should see a prompt to unmute.
There. Like everyone else who's testified tonight from Roosevelt Island, I oppose this project. But in addition to the other reasons, it's just very poorly thought out. One purpose that they have is to have a flower shop. We had a flower shop. It was an abysmal failure because my understanding is that an independent flower shop can only work if it's a member of FTD or 1-800 or some other organization that allows people who want to order flowers from off the island to send them to a funeral or a wedding or some other event on the island. If you don't belong, you can't make it as a flower shop. So I think it's doomed to failure because I think it's very unlikely that FTD or 1-800 Flowers is going to allow this concept to go with a weed shop. Secondly, it may be a weird thing about Roosevelt Island, but I would say that a conservative estimate would be that 25% of the flowers actually bought physically on Roosevelt Island are bought by kids. And that's because of the Main Street Theater teen, children's dance company, instrumental recitals, and it's the tradition in our community for our kids to buy flowers for their friends' performances. So I'm worried that this flower shop is going to be open to kids. And once kids walk into the flower shop that's connected to this dispensary down a hallway, who knows what's going on inside, especially since the plan is to have the inside not visible from the outside. I know these are minor considerations, but they're ones that haven't been mentioned. It's doomed for failure.
I appreciate you, no pun intended, getting into the weeds. Okay, next. Alexander Dvorak. And here you try. Oh. Alan's back. Yeah, I'm gonna end.
All right, I
it.
just wanted to echo what everybody else said, so I won't waste anybody's time. It's a terrible idea. We don't want it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. And now our lead off is our end off. Evelyn David, thank you for joining us. What have you got, Evelyn?
She's on it. Oh, there we go.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so late on getting onto this. I had another meeting. I totally apologize. And I am coming in at the end of a discussion. So this is about an ongoing issue that was never really resolved or addressed by transportation. MTA, can I, DOT, can I mention it or should I bag it and wait for another meeting? Your opinion.
So go ahead and tell us what it is.
Okay, no, this is about the city streets or open streets thing that happened in August. Just somebody out there who is a top administrator, to please talk to DOT so that the catastrophe fiasco does not happen again. That's all. Just so that they pay attention to what happened last time by changing the time in the middle of the night and then towing all the cars. So just so it doesn't happen again. That's kind of where I am with this. Okay.
We actually are aware of it, and one of our co-chairs of transportation remembers, and we're on the case. Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Great,
Okay.
fantastic. Thank you. All right.
Okay, the public session has concluded. Thank you everyone for your patience and your comments. We now move to the adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion? All in favor? Okay, great. Adoption of last month's minutes.
So moved.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, Manhattan Borough President's Report. Sawaiba.
Sawaiba is joining us on Zoom this evening. Sawaiba, go ahead. You should have a prompt to unmute.
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm under the weather, so I had to be remote today. I have a very short report, which is that all the trainings are uploaded on YouTube now. So if you missed any of them, you can make them up and just email me and let me know that you've completed. If you need the link, you can email me. I'll send it to you, but it's really on our YouTube channel. If you've gone before there, it's simple. But thank you so much, and wonderful evening.
Thank you. Fabulous report. Okay, all elected officials who haven't reported, representatives, please come up and we'll start that. And remember, brevity is appreciated and noted as positive for your electeds.
Just a second. About 30 seconds. Yes. There you go.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Courtney Farrisee, representing the Office of Assembly Member Rebecca Seawright. This past week, our office proudly recognized women veterans co-hosting a living tribute in Central Park at the Flagstaff and Tree Grove dedicated to women who served our nation. We also distributed dozens of turkeys to families across our community for the Thanksgiving holiday. In addition, we're partnering with City Meals on Wheels to provide emergency Thanksgiving meal kits for those in need. Stop by our office 9:30 to 5:30. If you know of anyone or if you'd like to pick one up for a neighbor. On December 19th, the Assembly member will be chairing a public hearing on an urgent and growing issue of elder financial exploitation and the critical role adult protective services plays in preventing and responding to these cases. Please also save the date for our holiday open house on Thursday, December 11th at 4 p.m. at our district office. Looking ahead, our next paper shred-a-thon is on Saturday, January 10th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the 82nd Street Green Market. And as always, please consider our office a resource. Wishing everyone a safe, healthy, and happy Thanksgiving holiday. Thank you. You too. Okay. Hannah, welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Hannah Weiner, the Congressman Jerry Nadler's office. My update's going to be very brief. The government is reopened. So you just give a little extra time for, especially the furloughed workers to come back online. We're trying to make sure that all the casework gets sent out and move forward. So if you're missing any benefits, if there's a case that's been stalled, please let us know. Otherwise, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. You too.
Well, I'm sorry. Hello, everyone. My name is Walker Toss. I'm a community liaison in the office of Councilmember Keith Powers. I just have some quick legislative updates for y'all. So the first one is that we have an exciting update to Councilmember Powers' recent bill to change the city's scaffolding. The bill aims to reduce a lot of the unnecessary scaffolding. It stays up on buildings for years on end without any work being done. But it also changes the designs that scaffoldings have to, the design standards that scaffoldings have to meet. And yesterday, the DOB released 6 new designs. The new models continue to ensure the highest degree of safety, while also allowing for more light for pedestrians and breaking up the monotony of the current green sheds. The next piece of business, Councilmember Powers, along with Councilmember Botcher, introduced legislation to help artists obtain affordable housing that is so desperately needed in our city. New York City's human rights law, despite best intentions, is actually standing in the way of creating new affordable housing for artists because it gives preference based on occupation, which the human rights law considers to be discrimination. So the result is that the city and nonprofit affordable housing developers who want to build affordable housing specifically for artists are stymied from doing so because of the human rights codes, the unintended consequences of the human rights law. So the bill makes it crystal clear that giving preference to artists does not violate the human rights law, and it's a small clarification that will have a big impact toward unlocking more opportunities for more affordable housing projects for artists. And the Councilmember Powers Lee's office, in just over a month, but we are no less dedicated to helping you with any of your issues or concerns, so please don't hesitate to reach out to our office. You can contact us at kpowers@council.nyc.gov or call 212-818-0580.
Well done on the timing. Thank you. Hey, Harry, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Harry Gale here, Director of Constituent Services for Councilmember Julie Menon. First of all, we'd like to thank District 5 for re-electing Julie Menon in our office for another 4 years. We can't wait to continue to serve you. Next, this coming Tuesday, the 25th at 11 a.m., we have secured almost 200 turkeys for Lennox Hill Neighborhood House to do a turkey giveaway. It's generally first come, first served, but if you'd like to reserve the turkey, please, and you're a District 5 resident, please call or email our office, and we're happy to help facilitate that for you. Participatory budgeting, one of my favorite things we do every year. It is idea submission season. We have our idea map up and running. Please submit your idea by the end of the month. It is getting harder and harder to win. So we have now won the borough for most votes in participatory budgeting of any participating district for the 3rd year in a row. We're going for a 4th. We'd love for you all to participate. Lastly, we are so excited that one of the council members' bills will be passing next week, Intro 926, that creates a citywide framework for city agencies to use AI. This will really focus on fairness, transparency, and personal privacy. Those are my updates. Thanks so much for having me. Take care.
Okay, thanks, Harry. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, CB8, I've heard a rumor that the office of Alex Forrest is the most efficient announcements in all of Manhattan. I started that rumor. Okay, number one, thank you to everyone who came to town hall. That's number one. Number two, we have legislative updates. We have so many and they're all in our newsletter and it's a really good newsletter. Reach out to me if you don't have it, but just check that. Number three, we are looking for community champions. We have a new bit.ly for that, bit.ly/Forrest CC. What that means is reach out to me if there's someone who you think is doing good work and deserves more credit, if you want to know about it. And number four is, if you don't know me yet, I was here last month, but I'm new. I'm the new district director and I'm Julie, and you can reach out to me about these things or anything else, julie@alexforrest.nyc. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julie, and a very good first performance. He's under the wire. Okay, we are done with our elected reports. And so that leaves it to me as the chair to give my report. It's been a well, first of all, I want to start out by, I did attend Assemblyman Alex Forrest's town hall on Sunday. And I want to say that Community Board 8 got a lot of shout outs from people in the community, which was really great. And we did get a lot of people who came up afterwards to talk about various issues in the community, and that's all good, and that means we're getting out there and people are participating, so that in my mind is always good. A couple of things I wanted to report. I just wanted to give a shout out to the Muslim volunteers of New York. They did a great job in Woodward Park the other couple of weeks ago. For those of us who went out there, they were planting in Woodward Park, and it was really a great day. In terms of the city council member representatives have indicated various legislation moving along. It's funny how that happens at the end of a session, how all of a sudden everybody has everything they want to do. Two things I just want to point out. Tomorrow, there's going to be a hearing on Intro 948-A, which is an expansion of the Airbnb exception, or an attempt to extend it to 1 and 2 family homes. It's very controversial. I don't know if you are interested in it. In some ways, it doesn't necessarily affect our district, but it does affect the city. So if you're interested in that hearing, I think it starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. You should get involved. The other hearing I want to talk about is the transportation and infrastructure hearing, which is going to be next Monday. Which is, and I sent an email around to the board members, but I just want to make it a public announcement. The expansion or the proposal to expand outdoor dining and bring it back to a full year after the city council spent so much time shortening it up. So I think the bill is introduced by Councilmember Ressler from Brooklyn and has the approval of the Brooklyn Borough President. But in any event, it goes on to extend the time of the outdoor dining, expand it to include grocery stores, to allow them to put outdoor dining in the roadway in front of their roadway. And an additional, it's supposed to streamline the process, but actually when you read the bill, that's like buried in there. Most as an affront, if you will, it does nothing to address what our problem has been from the very beginning, which is the timing of the submission of the applications for us to consider. And so if somebody was really interested in streamlining the process, they might have, consulted with all the community boards that have been complaining about that from the get-go. So I don't know where this bill is going, or if there are 3 different bills, but if you're interested in testifying, you can make your own personal testimony. And, Michelle, you have a question?
Not a question, I have a
Well-
comment. I just want to say that this bill, it was rescheduled. It's put Monday, the week of Thanksgiving. It's not the sole thing on the agenda. There are about 7 other bills on the agenda.
Right.
For any of you who have been at those hearings waiting to be heard, as some of us have been until 1 o'clock in the morning, this is a big topic. And the fact that they scheduled it the week of Thanksgiving with 7 other bills, I thought is really a way to stifle input. I wrote to our council member, who is a sponsor on this bill, and I voiced that complaint.
Right,
Just
well,
telling
our 2 current council members are sponsors of the bill. I don't know, I mean, it was rescheduled, and I don't know if it will come out of committee or what will happen, but, and Harry's here, he's aware of, what we think about that. So anyway, that's my report, and I'll pass it over to our new district manager, who has really hit the ground running. Thank you so much, Ian. You can bring us up to speed on what's been happening.
Great. So tomorrow will mark 1 month for me at CB8, so it's been a very busy month. Since the last full board meeting, the big ticket item is that we actually, within 48 hours of the last full board meeting, I think, we got a district needs statement out. It's a really great district needs statement. A lot of effort went into it, and I want to thank Gail and Felice especially for your hard work to get that all together. On top of the regular work that's going on in the office on 59th Street every day to keep your committees running and provide excellent constituent service, I have an update on, I know everyone has been waiting for an update on this, incremental changes to IT policy. So in the coming months, can expect a lot of changes to the way that we collect and store information on everything from meeting attendance to resolutions to constituent service. We're managing office phones differently. We're tightening up internal IT security. We're setting up a system called Airtable to bring ourselves in line with best practices that we see.
This is so exciting.
It's going to bring us in line with the best practices we've seen from other community boards across Manhattan. And I'll give a shout out to Sawaiba, because I know that in some of the borough presidents training, there was some information on working with Airtable in a community board context. So I'm going to go back and watch that recording. We're in the early stages now of looking at some vendors that are going to help us manage our constituent casework. So we'll have a dedicated system rather than just managing things in Gmail, and that will help us keep track of our relationships with people, even as staff move in and out of the office. So no staff are allowed to leave. So you'll hear a lot more about these changes in the coming months. We really want to tighten up our processes so that we can spend less time on busy work and administrative work that we can automate and spend more time working with you all and working with policy and getting to know the neighborhood. On the subject of the board office, I want also to address, last month I told you that I hope to have a community associate candidate in front of you for hiring today, and I will spare you the sordid details, but we've learned so much, Valerie, about the municipal hiring process in the last month.
I don't know if it's a hiring process or it's just a delay process, but we hit some roadblocks actually, and so we hope to be able to solve those in the next couple of weeks. But it's been fairly eye-opening.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a thrilling time, and we're happy to talk about the details to anyone who will hear it. And I finally want to thank you all for welcoming me to your committee meetings, your events, and most of all your inboxes for the last month. It really has been such a great time, and I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you all. So thank you.
Thank you very much to Ian and the whole team. It really is working really hard, and it's very exciting, and we're moving forward, and I know that Ian has started to reach out to many of the board members, and we actually have all the information was showing Sebastian a little earlier, that you can see everybody's name, and with all the committees, it's like, it sounds so simple, and yet it's been so difficult, but it is revolutionary in a very simplistic way, so it's very exciting. Okay, so let's move on, to, the election of board officers. So I'm going to introduce John Phillips, who is the, head of the elections committee, and he will run the meeting for as long as it takes to do the election, and then we'll get to our committee reports.
Right, and is Miles here? Miles, do you want to come up and we'll get you set up with the vote sheets while John speaks?
Good evening, everyone. So we're gonna run this in a pretty straightforward way. Miles is gonna help me take the role as we move through, and what I will do is I'll introduce the position, the candidate, then we'll move to a vote. We'll take the roll on that vote, we'll give it 2 to 3 minutes for the candidate to speak, and we'll move through the process that way. Okay, so for chair, Valerie, yes, ma'am?
Mike, or question, given 3 of the 4 offices are non-competitive, can we vote by acclamation and can we skip the candidate statements?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So I'm gonna defer to Ian. I spoke to a couple of people about this, and from what I understand, we actually have to call the roll on that, but I could be wrong.
If I'm giving you the sort of ministerial staff line, I have to tell you that the bylaws tell us that we have to go and do a roll call vote. You all are the board, so you can decide differently, but that's what I am bound to tell you by the rules.
And I would be very comfortable to do that as long as we're in agreement with that.
Yep.
Yes.
Is that
I
right?
propose a motion as a compromise that we forego statements of the unopposed candidate and that we take a roll call vote on them. And that we move on to statements for the contested offices. If that is possible, I believe it may be, since we would be voting for each of the offices without the state.
Second that, what did he, can you repeat what he said?
I'm checking in with our parliamentarian, even though.
So as Valerie checks in, so it sounds like what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a roll call vote. We're gonna move past the statements being made by the offices that are uncontested.
Well, first, I think we have to vote on his motion to do it
Yeah.
that way.
Is that a
So
motion?
is there a second on Ed's motion?
Second.
Okay.
Call the question.
Anybody, yeah, thank you. Call the question. Everybody, okay. And anybody voting against that methodology? I fear of death? No, okay. Okay, so now, we're voting for, I guess, go ahead, you do.
Sure,
it.
yes, so the first vote is gonna be for chair, and that's gonna be Valerie Mason. So we could do a roll call vote on that. I'll start calling that off once. Miles. is ready.
There is no other candidate.
Like I said, if-
Take the no vote.
I thought we were taking the 3 unopposed together.
If we can do that, let's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Then take it as a no vote. I mean, ask who opposes.
yeah, right,
It's a roll
It'll just be faster.
right.
Okay, so,
No, we have to do it by
Oh, you
roll
have to
call.
do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to do the.
okay, so we're gonna do a roll call?
Yes.
Okay, everyone's in agreement with that?
Okay, go ahead. Call it out, Miles. You are under pressure now.
I think we're gonna have John.
Yeah.
John's got it.
Tell the names.
Okay, Anderson? Yes. Angelos? Ashby?
Yes.
Avisar?
Yes.
Barrett?
Yes.
Birnbaum?
Yes.
Flores?
Yes.
Guerrero?
Yes.
Camp?
Yes.
Chu?
Okay, pass, keep going.
She's done.
Yes. Coleman? Cormac?
Yes.
Paulson?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Fink?
Yes.
Alan Clark?
Yes.
Herzog?
He stepped
He stepped up. Halpern?
Yes.
Hershenson?
Yeah.
Hussein? which is
Yes.
aye. Johnson? Crickler?
Yes.
Later?
Yes.
Lev?
Yes.
Mason?
Yes.
McLennan?
Yes.
Michaels?
Here.
Nothing. Myerston?
Yes.
Partial?
Yes.
Phillips, yes. Pope Marshall?
Yes.
Price?
Yes.
Rose?
Yes.
Rudder?
Yes.
Salcedo?
He's not here.
Not here.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Seligson,
Yes.
Selim,
Yes.
Selway,
Yes.
Slade,
Yes.
Squire,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
DeMaio,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Weinberg,
Yes.
and Weider.
Yes.
On the board too, still. Right. Who's that? Wall.
Wall.
That'll be Wall. Yeah, it's almost a day. Yeah. Sorry.
It's a negative notification process.
It's office space. It'll just.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Oh, but still present there.
Okay,
Take care.
all right, now we're to the next part now.
Okay, so now the contested positions, I just want to make one point of clarification with that. During the line of questioning, AI was brought up a number of times, and I wanted to be clear that during some of the interviews, AI was maybe misrepresented by me as being a good solution to collecting tallies. It was more of a generalized question, and so if anybody in the secretary's slot does want to speak for 2 or 3 minutes, they'll have the opportunity as we call each of their names. So Kimberly, would you like to spend any time?
That's Lindsay.
Lindsay, rather, would you like to spend any time on?
No,
giving some
I think
comments?
the thing that was circulated is sufficient for me. Video. Video.
Craig, would you like to?
No, I'd just like to say that it may have been misconstrued in terms of AI and what I may have said, but I did in no way, shape, or form suggested AI should be used for voting. I was talking about AI for records retention. I don't want to eliminate my job here if I'm reelected.
Sebastian?
No, thank you.
It really is good.
All right. Now what?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call each of the names and we're gonna list the 3 candidates that we'd like to see, and then we'll tally those up. If there is by chance a tie, we'll take a revote on that tie.
Wait, what?
Statements.
If anyone, no, statements are not what they make. Yes.
So then we can say the name. That's how we did it.
Yeah, I.
Each of us says the name.
Sean, I think you call on everybody and they say the 3 names.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
But
All
if
right.
it's high, then.
Yeah, I get it. This is where the skill comes in, Miles.
Right.
I'll chat.
Okay, so Anderson.
Exactly.
Lindsay, Craig, Sebastian. Thank you. Angelos.
Can you repeat that?
Cormac, Ladder, and Clark. Ashby,
Cormac and Selway.
You get one more.
You get one more.
I don't care.
I'll just say for the purpose of the vote talliers up here, if you use last names, it's a lot easier for Miles. Yeah.
Baron,
Cormac. Selway and later.
thank you. Birnbaum,
The incumbents.
Okay, that's not a last name.
Miles will figure it out.
Thank you.
Boris,
Cormac, later, and Helen Clark.
Guerrero,
Cormac, later, Helen Clark.
Cam,
Selway, Cormac, later.
Chu,
Cormac, later, and Selway.
Cohen,
Cormac, later, Selway.
Coleman,
Cormac, later, Selway.
Cormac,
Selway.
Paulson,
Cormac, later Clark.
Farber,
Cormac, later, Clark.
Fink,
Sorry, Cormac, Selway, Clark.
Alan Clark,
Cormac, later, Clark.
Herzog,
Selway, Cormac.
Halpern,
Cormac, later, Selway.
Hershenson,
Cormac, later, Clark.
Hussein,
Oh, I'm sorry, Sahar. Unmute.
Cormac, later, Selway.
Johnson,
Cormac, later, Selway.
Crickler,
Cormac, later, Helen Clark.
later,
Cormac, later, Helen Clark.
Lev,
You just left.
no. Mason,
I'm gonna pass.
okay. McClement,
Cormac, later, Selway.
Michaels,
Not here.
Meyerson,
Cormac, later, Selway.
Partial,
Cormac, later, Selway.
okay. Phillips, Cormac, Allen Clark, later. Paul Marshall,
Cormac, Clark, Selway.
Price,
Cormac, later, Selway.
Rose,
Cormac, Hallam, Clark, later.
Rudder,
Cormac, Selway, later.
Sanchez,
Sorry, Will, there you go. You should have an unmute prompt.
Yeah.
There we go.
Selway, Clark, and later.
Schneider,
Selway, Clark, later.
Seligson,
Cormac, Selway. Craig. Later.
later. Selim,
Cormac, later, Hallam, Clark.
Selway,
Cormac, later, Selway.
Slade,
Later, Clark.
Squire,
Cormac, later, Allen Clark.
Stein,
Cormac, later, Clark.
Tamayo,
Cormac, Selway.
Wald,
Cormac, later, Allen Clark.
Warren,
Cormac, later, Allen Clark.
Weinberger,
Cormac, later, Clark.
and Weiner.
Cormac, Selway.
All right. Do we want to let people verify their votes on the screen?
Yes, I think that would be
Yeah,
a good idea.
let's do that.
Yeah,
It was,
Yeah, I should be
Yeah.
abstaining.
and the orders were different.
Yeah. So we'll show this up here. We'll zoom out a bit. Take a look, make sure that. We'll start, okay.
Well, wait, do your numbers match up? The two of you, look.
Oh, we have the same.
We have the same sheet, so we watched it
Just making
together,
sure.
but we want to make absolutely sure everyone's happy.
Yeah.
We both watched to make sure that we agree, yeah. So here's A through H.
They can't see that.
Okay, that's fair enough, fair enough. Shall we read it back?
No.
Okay, all right, you trust us?
The
The suspense is killing you.
Mine were recorded wrong.
It's really good.
Okay, look at that.
Okay. What was that?
I believe mine were recorded wrong.
Oh, it is?
Was it my record? Oh.
Yep, let's see.
Repeat, please.
Well, just repeat what you have down for her. So
Yeah, so I have Cormac, later, Clark.
Cormac, later Clark, there we
Yeah.
go.
Apologies.
No.
Yes.
Addison's got this, but he was on his phone trying to.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Could you scroll up just a little bit?
I can scroll down. This is the top of the list. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I see the same,
Whoops, sorry. Oh, it was hard talk, I'm
You
sorry.
passed or did you?
here, that's okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
Well, we were asking for the passes, so.
No, good.
Okay, so that's an abstain then. You're not voting.
can we scroll down?
Yeah, we're doing that right now.
Pope Marshall.
I'm aware.
Pope Marshall. Was it? I
We can,
screen.
we can watch this back and recount it later to verify. We don't have to do it.
Okay,
here.
we,
So.
yeah.
Make it bigger.
No, that's the biggest.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Just let it linger.
Okay.
That's all, so they.
It did do the adding. That's why I don't understand what we're doing.
We want to make sure we got everyone exactly right. There was.
Whittle down.
I don't control
Sorry,
it.
I am happy to scroll as you need it.
I'm glad that.
I want to make sure that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, is there any?
Robin, you were all incumbent, right?
No, no.
Good job.
Shells are. No, it's, Zero shells.
Well, I'm saying, what were your, oh, okay, that's what I meant.
Oh.
And that's all.
At the end of the album.
He's going a little. Yeah,
Yeah,
can we move to the end of the hour?
sure, there it is.
You're all the way down at the end here.
Yeah, no.
Oh, we had that.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone is set with their.
Everyone's happy, we got it.
Okay, so, concept, please.
I just didn't see mine.
Oh, yep.
Is there anybody else who wants to check what's next to their name?
Because there's nothing on Tina's name. Yeah, that's where I voted, so I'm not sure why I have no vote there.
Yeah,
Diana, you want to read it off again?
Not
Yeah, I
everybody voted for
Matt
it.
later.
Yeah,
But this doesn't give me an incredible amount of confidence in this whole voting tally, just.
Should we, did you get, okay, shall we call it again?
Everybody, since I've just been reelected, and I'm gonna tell you, I want you to read everybody's out.
You got it.
Thank you.
All right.
Look at your screen and just do it.
Yep. So all right.
Okay,
Okay, I
Anderson,
have Anderson, Cormac, Hallam Clark later. Angelos, Cormac, Hallam Clark later. Ashby, Cormac, and Selway only. Avisar, we have Cormac and later. Gail Barron, I don't believe we have. We got a correction.
wait a minute.
Oh,
Yeah, there's three, yeah, you only have
Go ahead.
two.
Danielle, what was your Cormac, later Clark? Corrected. All right.
You're up to Baron.
Barron, yes.
Either seven.
Cormac, Barron, Cormac, later Selway. Birnbaum, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Boris, forgive me. Boris is Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Barrero, we have Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Camp, Cormac, later, Selway. Chu, Cormac, later, Selway. Cone, Cormac, later, Selway. Coleman, Cormac, later, Selway. Cormac only.
No.
Nope, Selway only, excuse me, Selway only. Yep, that's correct, sorry. Faulkson, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Barber, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Fink, Cormac, Hallam Clark, Selway. Hallam Clark, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Hartzog, Cormac and Selway, and that's it. Halpern, Cormac, later, Selway. Hershenson, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Hussein, Cormac, later, Selway. Johnson, Cormac, later, Selway. Kreikler, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Later, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Addison, no votes.
Okay.
Mason, abstain. McClement, Cormac, later, Selway. Meyerson, Cormac, later, Selway. Parshaw, Cormac, later, Selway. Phillips, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Pope Marshall, Cormac, Hallam Clark, Selway. Price, Cormac, later, Selway. Rose, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Rudder, Cormac, later, Selway. Sanchez, Hallam Clark, later, Selway. Schneider, Schneider, Hallam Clark, later, Selway. Seligson, Cormac, later, Selway. Selam, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Selway, Cormac, later, Selway. Slay, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Squire, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Stein, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Tamayo, Cormac, Selway only. Wald, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Warren, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Weinberger, Cormac, Hallam Clark, later. Weiner, Cormac, Selway only. Does that accurately reflect everyone's votes?
Yeah.
Great. Nice work. Oh, yeah. Yes. Remind me of your last name, Judy Schneider, of course. I should
Hallam
know.
Clark, later, Selway. Anyone else?
No, that's it.
John, are you announcing? Or should we be good?
So it's the top 3 vote getters.
Yeah,
right?
so it is.
Well, I'm not the elections
John,
committee.
yeah. So these are our top.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Judy. Yes. Well, okay.
You're on.
Read twice, so what are we gonna do? But it's. Wait, what do you want? What do you want? The incumbents.
Double check.
Okay, you said Selway twice.
Switched it.
Judy Schneider,
Okay.
Cormac, Hallam Clark, later.
Judy, that's what we have recorded. Yeah.
Yep.
You're okay.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, so those were the top 4.
So these are the top 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. These are your top 3.
Okay, so the results of the vote in the top 3 are Lindsay Cormac, Sebastian Hallam Clark, and Craig Lader, the incumbents.
You did great. That was amazing.
Hey, thank you, everyone.
The exact vote, I couldn't read that off.
Yep.
Well, I know.
So Cormac.
Okay, so Lindsay Cormac got 43. Votes for Sebastian Hallam Clark is 25. Craig Lader got 38, and Kimberly Selway got 23.
Thank you.
Well,
Well, thank you for everyone's participation. Thank you to the elections committee. The benefit of being on the elections committee this year is you can't be on it next year, so congratulations. Save yourself 1 year of service. Thank you everyone for voting. On behalf of everyone who was elected, thank you very much. And we look forward to serving the board as well as the community for another year. So thank you, everyone. Okay, moving right along, because this is where it's at. Committee reports and action items. Streetlights, come on up. Thank you, Lindsay.
Of course. Okay. Okay, so you guys got a preview of what our meeting looked like. If you want to see the full of it, you can see the YouTube. Like all of it. We have a bunch of unanimous approvals, and then we had 3 things that were unanimously tabled because these people didn't show up and they agreed to show up in December. I think it would be possible for us to consider those together, but I'm open to things. Ed?
I'd like to take all unanimous approvals together.
And all unanimous approvals were for
Liquor license. And
lit SLA and sidewalk thing. There was the cannabis ones not on there.
And there's no roadway there?
There's one.
No.
roadway there.
only
There
one.
is one roadway,
Okay.
but it wasn't a unanimous.
Okay, got it. Okay. Clarifying for the roadway kills.
After a further consideration of the strange rule I have no dining, I'm going to vote no on all the sidewalk dining.
Okay,
Just
so
so it's noted.
Your secretaries, that would be two A, two B, two C, two D, two E, two F would not be unanimous then. So maybe it makes sense to take all the SLAs together and the tabled ones.
Yes.
That sounds fine to people?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we voting on?
The SLA approval.
The table ones are SLA approval, but we're just gonna vote, I think unanimously here to table them, and then we'll do them in December, and then we'll bring them back, because these ones don't have the time, consideration that the sidewalk and roadways do.
You don't need to vote to
Okay,
table.
then we don't need to vote to table them, we'll just continue them in their table.
Right.
And okay, then we can just do unanimous approvals for the SLA.
Well, a question.
Second.
Okay. Everyone but Sasha?
Yeah, so I just want to say I'm a no on all of the approvals and I'm a yes on all of the disapprovals.
But this is
Okay,
just
well,
only the
everything-
liquor licensing, Michelle.
Okay.
The liquor
Duly
licensing.
noted, but not relevant. Okay, thank you.
For SLA or for?
Both.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay, then we have two A, two B, two C, two D, two E, two F, which were unanimously approved sidewalk cafes. I would be fine in taking those all together as well, noting Sasha's disagreement on all of them and noting the other Alita's disagreement on all of them. Yes,
Call a question now.
Second.
okay, sounds good.
Take those by acclamation except for Birnbaum and Salem.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotcha.
I don't know what happened.
So then we have two unanimous disapprovals that you all heard from today. One was for the outdoor dining for Via Quadrano, and one was for the cannabis shop on Roosevelt Island. We could probably take them separately.
Yeah.
The
That's right.
sidewalk dining or the roadway dining, we heard some of the participants that you heard in the public session, a number of other ones as well. There was confusion as to how many tables and chairs were going to be in this outdoor setup. There was confusion about the frontage of the store and the frontage of the sidewalk cafe. I understand that you all have different things that have been disseminated today. We got those earlier today, about how this outdoor roadway shed would look. Yes, Judy?
I have a question. I didn't hear them speaking in the public session. I couldn't understand them. I got the drawing. How many tables and how many chairs are there?
As I see it in it, it's 4 tables and 8 chairs. Does that sound correct?
Right.
Oh, that's totally different than what they said at the meeting.
Correct. I mean, actually, it's what the thing said when I said, oh, this is for 4 tables and 8 chairs, and then they were like, no, it's for 20 chairs, and then it was 16 chairs, and then, yes, so this is how it was written in the application, but like the applicants pushed back and said it was for a different size, so maybe this is the actual size, it's 4 tables and 8 chairs.
That's correct.
Yeah, and so you can see the dimensions in the handout that you have now. And I would trust in your judgment as to whether or not you think this is a sufficient amount of space for roadway dining for this many tables and chairs. If people have questions.
The board tables with 16 chairs in the minutes.
Yeah. The getting to 16 chairs was not Herculean, but it did take a strange amount of math that both Judy provided, the applicant provided, the application said a different number. We were now considering 4 tables and 8 chairs. So it would be different than what we considered then, because this new drawing came to us today. Miles?
I would like to make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve and a second. I don't know if anyone wants to call the question. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
So I've been to almost every meeting that this business has attended, and I'll say that all of the feedback that we have given them, they have came back to us with new and improved plans. And I think that all of their drawings, they have advanced them, and we've asked them to bring a surveyor and a contractor, and it appears so that they have done that. And the drawing that is before you all today is miles better than the ones they originally presented, and they have ironed out the details. And seemingly with these neighbors, it seems that they're more concerned about their property value than the actual neighborhood is what I'm getting. If that's true or not, I may be wrong, but I used to be opposed to this business and now I'm in support, so.
Okay, let's do it, Russell Robin.
is there still confusion over what the actual application is that's going in? Because.
Yeah.
So,
The drawing that we have in front of us, as well as the applicants here, are saying that it's gonna be 4 tables and 8 chairs.
like, what went to the committee, what's going to the state liquor authority, or sorry, not the state, liquor, to the city for the, yeah, for the DOT for this, like, it just, I don't know what the sort of like amendment on the fly process is, and that sort of is a little bit concerning to me.
Right.
In terms of what actually, like, what we're supposed to vote on, or what we're supposed to think the real thing is. But separate from that, I just asked whether it's possible for this to come back to the street life committee. Again, if it's changed, like, if it's changed again materially. You know, in response to concerns or whatever, it seems to me that, like, for us to try and figure this out in the full board, as opposed to like giving it a real hearing, if the applicant would agree to just come back. We could actually do this, you know, in a way that enables us to acknowledge the changes or whatever.
Yeah, so I share those sorts of concerns. I think the challenge that we continue to have with these is that there's this timeline before it moves on to the next bit of the process, because it is a roadway cafe and we only get 50 days. And so we could invite them back, the timeline will have expired, it goes on into the next process, so we can say yes or no. Yeah.
This has been submitted to the city, just as it's been submitted that you have in front of you.
The one we saw today?
Four chairs, 4 tables, and 8 chairs.
When?
That's what's been submitted.
So the question is, when was that submitted?
Pardon me?
The question from Russell is, when was that submitted?
When was that submitted? That was submitted this week.
Okay, and it came to Jordan, I think, today, and then it came to us today, and then you guys got the printout today. Robin?
Yes, thanks, Lindsay. The problem with this application is that it mutates. Every time we speak to them, every time they come in front of us, it's different. It's very difficult to get some firmness around this application. Now, we had requested. Yeah, we had requested a license, so.
Speak up. Can you stand up, Robin? We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. I've never heard that in my life. This application constantly mutates. They've been before our committee easily 4 times, and it's different every single time. It's very difficult to get a grip on what the truth is. The second thing is, we had requested maybe Marco, you said this, getting a survey, a
That's
licensed
correct.
surveyor. I don't know that that's ever been done.
do have.
Yes.
No, this is an architectural drawing.
That's an architectural drawing. Is there a distinction between that and a survey?
Of course, it's a big difference.
So I have.
We will not ask for survey.
I have a problem with this application because it's just way too squishy for me.
Okay, let's go to Ed.
Before I speak to it, can I ask just one clarifying question? For you.
Oh, sure.
What was submitted to our committee for the last meeting seemed to be 4 tables and 8 chairs on paper, yes?
Not in the drawing, yes, in the paperwork, and that's why when I called it, we had this back and forth, where it was that, no, it's 5 tables and 20 chairs, and then Judy was like, if every table has 4 chairs, then it's actually only 5 tables
Yeah.
and 16 chairs.
I think in fairness, a lot of, and I don't know if this is fair to be honest, but in something, a lot of the confusion was caused by what my friend, their attorney just said on the. And that was confusing, right? It started with 4 tables and 20 chairs, which I think immediately struck everyone as not quite credible and something was off. So I think there was miscommunication involved. The thing I would just note is, and this comes with the caveat that I live a block from BA5 and I love Percent. All this wonderful coffee, wonderful food. The neighbors who speak up against this, I don't think they care so much about the layout. They care about what kind of neighbor you were over the last few years during what I think amounted to a constant stream of complaints that they feel were not. And so I think the committee was reacting to that. The committee wasn't quite reacting, I don't think, to like, how many chairs, how many tables, what is the precise layout? I think it was the uniformity of negativity about what was happening on that block stated at 3, I think it was 3 separate meetings.
3 or 4, I'm not sure.
Without much of reaction to whether their complaints would be answered or not. And more of like a, I like via Quadrono, therefore they should have the ability to do outside. So I think in a world where our neighbors were pretty upset with what you were doing on a consistent basis for years and felt like that wasn't being answered, I think that informed the vote, and I'm a little nervous about just because there's fewer tables or chairs being presented at the full board without everyone having the benefit of set who created these meetings, that we're suddenly gonna change our vote. I think it was pretty unanimous for those.
Elizabeth?
From a practical perspective, since roadway dining is not allowed in New York City under the current law.
At the end of November, you mean?
At the end of November until April, there would be no practical harm to this applicant to suggest, as Russell did, that whether they withdraw the current application or simply we don't act upon it in any way, shape, or form, there is no harm to them withdrawing and resubmitting and going through the process with a firm proposal.
I don't think that's correct, because if we don't submit an approval or disapproval, unless we attend the public hearing with. Unless they withdraw, well, unless they withdraw it, but I'm just saying, if they just.
If they filed it this week and they have 50 days, why don't we have time to hear it next?
So it sounds like, that's news, this is news to me,
Okay.
but, the filing is probably an amendment, not a new filing is my guess. Yeah.
It was refiled with the city of New York.
So the clock restarts, yes?
Yeah, but again, Russell, the issue is like, we're not gonna hear a single new thing at another hour and a half, like what kind of neighbors they work with multiple years. So laying it over is not gonna change a thing. I just wanna be clear about that.
Okay.
That might be true. I'm sorry, that might be true. But at least the plan that is presented at this subsequent meeting would reflect what will be submitted to the building, rather than an architectural plan that has what look like erasures and sort of AutoCAD sort of covering something up and covering half the roadway dining area with a piece of paper so it doesn't Xerox. It's I think as Robin actually had the right phrase, which is squishy. And I think that, and I think Elizabeth Rose's point is absolutely appropriate.
Yeah, I think also, if we look at the map here on this new map, it's like 6 by 8 by 7 feet, and we're going to have. That seems like a lot of people in a 6 by 7 space, but Ed?
Yeah, I echo exactly what Anthony said. Let's get this application right since they've resubmitted. We got a brand new clock. Absolutely no reason, and it's not our fault that the applicant, has been changing the along the way.
Can we let him?
In light of things, especially the news today, I think it is important for us to get to document that we are supposed to vote on it. Or, those on the upcoming news. I think that we should have to document that it's being submitted to the city as of this week. To echo exactly what Anthony said.
Mr. Land, do you want to respond to any of this?
It's its first day. I was asking what tables, it's first days, even the drawing, because my attorney is a little bit confused by himself. Even the last meeting, middle meeting, I keep testing, saying there are 4 tables, 8 chairs.
That's my same thing.
In the very first days. And then the drawing always been there, and it confused to others. Paper or something else. I never changed in the first day. Always 4 tables, 8 chairs. Never ask for more. Never.
Mr. Lamb,
Yes.
when you filed Monday, did you get a new number? Is this a complete refiling with a new application and the earlier one is withdrawn, or is this an amendment to the existing application? Do you have any paperwork from what was filed on Monday?
I totally did that. He did that. So
Well,
as I
that's
said,
my-
when I first made the drawing,
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
I know. I'm sorry for the confusion.
No, we're
Yes.
we're trying to,
We filed with the city of New York. And so it's a new file.
is it a new number?
I
Is it,
don't have the information because they didn't give me.
okay, because that would
It's
mean,
been filed.
you know, all I'm trying to say is if you filed a new application with an, and you refiled and got a new number, then the clock on the notification and the process starts all over again. And then we have time to rehear your application in street life. If you don't have, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Lambs. I do know what to tell you, but I'm not gonna say it here.
I don't understand it. I don't understand.
I know.
As I say, I knew.
You do understand.
35 years.
Yes, I
So I got
understand.
100%. I never go
I
question about it, so it's confusing.
So if it's been refiled, if it has been refiled, then
Then
we'll
you
have to
haven't
wait for
heard it.
DOT to send it to us.
Right, then
But I have no way of knowing this.
Exactly. If
Right.
if it has been refiled, you haven't heard it.
And
Yes, can I just say that we're not here to relitigate the application. This is the full board meeting in the history that I've been on this board 15+ years. We don't do this. I feel sorry for you that you and your attorney are not on the same page. That is not the.
That's not
burden
the
of this
issue, Ed.
Community board as to whether or not the applicant, I have the floor, thank you. It is not the burden of this board to determine whether or not the applicant and the attorney are on the same page. I'm sorry about that. We have a new application. We have an extra 50 days.
We don't
Time
know
is
that.
getting
That's
late,
what we're
and we
trying to,
move on.
that's what
I'm
we're trying
asking.
to figure out, Ed, whether we have a new application or we have an amended application. That's the question.
Didn't the attorney say it was new?
You have a new application.
Okay, then,
okay, so the new application is withdrawn essentially. If it's a new application, then the one that we voted against is withdrawn.
Yeah,
Right,
and you
so
haven't
let's
heard
move
the
on.
application.
so then let's move on.
Right.
Okay,
Thank you.
presuming that this is all correct.
It's not our
It's
fault.
not
If they use a legal term, effed it up, that's their problem. Okay, that, you know. And then we'll find out whether they filed the application. Well, here's the question. If it's not a new application and they go before the hearing and we're not on record, that's the issue.
Why don't we conditionally vote on it, subject to the condition that if it turns out we have more time, then we'll withdraw our resolution.
Okay,
That's fine, you wanna make a motion like that, Russell?
well, there's a motion on the floor. But
Oh, bother. Is there is that a substitute motion then?
Yeah, so it's a sub.
Would anyone second it?
Yes.
Sound like Sam?
No, wait a minute.
So do we have?
The original motion was
No, you
second.
Right.
right, but he's making a substitute motion, whether he knows it or not.
Wait, but we already have a substitute motion on the floor, so do we have to vote no on that and then have another substitute? Or he, yeah. he-
Friendly amendment, if
Friendly amendment, yes. amend his motion to-
No,
Okay, so we have a
Might be
friendly amendment that's
clarified.
been agreed to by the original motioner, which is a conditional vote to approve, which is what Miles said.
Well, I would make it a vote to disapprove, because if we don't rehear it, so then maybe it's not a friendly amendment.
Which you agree to an amendment, it says now vote to
They
disapprove.
represent it as a new application. That's their problem.
no,
What they
it
represent
becomes
is
our
the
problem. Michelle, it becomes our problem because then we're not on the record if he's wrong. That's the issue.
How about less?
Oh, okay, hold on, he's saying he's gonna withdraw the application.
New application has been filed to the city, so the time that you have to act has been.
Then why didn't you say that in the public session?
He's saying it now, he's going.
In which case, we haven't heard an application from.
Okay, so it sounds like we have a unanimous disapproval in the committee. This doesn't matter anymore, presuming it's been withdrawn. Like presuming that everything you're saying is correct and accurate. I'm hesitant to accede to that being correct and accurate based on our dealings over the last few months. But if that's the case, then maybe we just do a conditional vote and then it doesn't matter if it's been withdrawn. And if it is withdrawn, we get to do this again with the next one.
Right.
But what's the conditional vote? The new application hasn't been heard.
Says,
No, it's a conditional vote on the old application.
yeah, it's on the old one.
If it's been
With the
withdrawn.
understanding
No.
that it is.
And I see you.
Just need to say, can I make a motion that we
Letter.
disapprove of the application that was before your committee that you heard at the committee level, disapprove of that. And since we now have heard from the attorney himself that he has a brand new application, we do not hurt ourselves by disapproving of the application that you have in front of you. And in a month or 50 days, 40 days, or whatever it is, when they come back, with all the new drawings,
we get to vote on it again.
I mean, that sounds fine to me. It sounds like the three of you gotta figure out if you're all okay with it.
That's what I'm.
Like Russell sounds fine, Miles sounds fine, Ed sounds fine.
So you're saying the motion on the floor is to disapprove the application?
Yes.
Yeah.
Floor, okay, all right, so let's call the roll. Is it called question or let's go? Okay.
Can we do it by acclamation?
That's fine with me, but I don't think.
Is there anyone not
Well,
voting?
yes. Yes,
Voting
we
in
mean,
opposition
it's a
to this?
disapproval.
Right.
A yes is a disapproval, and there might be people who vote against this.
I'm gonna vote against it. I'm,
So we'll do the roll.
well, is there anybody else with me? I don't know.
Yes, I'm sorry, just do the roll, right?
Evan, what are you voting, Evan? I
Just
think
for
it-
the question.
Yes, I am.
This is a roll call vote.
Right.
On the item that's actually in the packet, which was originally a disapproval.
Right.
Got it. 2G. Anderson,
Yes.
Angelos. Yes. Ashby,
Pass.
Avisar,
Yeah.
Barron,
Yes.
Birnbaum,
Yes.
Boris,
Yes.
Guerrero,
Yes.
Camp,
Yes.
Chu,
No.
Cone,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Cormac,
Yes.
Folkson,
Yes.
Father,
Abstain.
Big,
Stand.
Helen Clark, yeah. Herzog,
Yes.
Halpern,
Yes.
Hershenson,
Yeah.
Hussein.
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Prickler,
Yeah.
Later,
Yes.
Mason,
No.
McClellan,
Yes.
Meyerson,
Yes.
Partial,
No.
Phillips,
Yes.
Pope Marshall,
No.
Price,
Abstain.
Rose,
Abstain.
Rudder,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Seligson,
Yes.
Selem,
Yes.
Selway,
Yes.
Slade,
No.
Squire,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Tamayo,
Yes.
Wald,
Yes.
Warren,
No.
Weinberger,
Yes.
Weiner.
Yes.
Going back to passes, Ashby,
Yes.
It fails.
it passes.
They fail.
Okay, so while that was all happening, Jordan did let me know that there was one mistake in this. In the unanimous approvals, 2D was actually a unanimous disapproval. This was for Ethel's, and the disapproval was because no one showed up despite repeated contact with them. And so if you want to take that in the same way we did before with like the Alita on the other side of it, I'm happy to do that. But it was a unanimous disapproval because no one showed up.
Yep.
And you would like to approve it?
Disapprove, yes.
Okay,
With disapproval.
yes.
Yes.
The unanimous disapproval because no one showed up. You want to approve it? Okay. The last order of business that we have then is 3A, which is the cannabis license on Roosevelt Island. During the committee meeting, we had 125 people at the meeting. I ended up having to cut off the comments at one point because we were gonna be there all night. We asked anyone who wanted to speak in favor. We had, 2 people who did speak in favor. We also received a letter in favor of it today. On the night of the committee meeting, we received a 7-page letter from different people saying they were against it. And everyone else who spoke that evening was against it. You heard some of this tonight. It was unanimous disapproval in the committee. The end. Miles?
Motion to disapprove.
Second.
No, call the question.
I have a question. Can I ask a
How about a question?
Okay, let's hear questions.
My question is, how many liquor stores are there on Roosevelt Island?
I have no idea.
Oh, Paul.
Oh, Paul, I know.
We have one.
Paul, right?
Okay, wait, I have a follow-up question. Are there any people with multiple sclerosis on Roosevelt Island?
Again, I imagine so, but I don't know.
Rhetorical question.
It's not a rhetorical, it is not a rhetorical question. What I'm saying is that there are people
Order,
who
please.
they need this,
So vote yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to, yes.
What about, do they meet the requirements?
So here's the thing about Roosevelt Island that's difficult, is all the buildings are sort of interconnected, so that limitation that says you can't be within so many feet of a house of worship or so many feet of a school. It doesn't make it, like, it passes it here because all of these buildings do not have the entirety of their real estate. And so like, it's, close to all these things, but because of how the laws are written in that minutia, it doesn't violate them.
But they're gonna change the laws anyway.
Well, that's
So-
not
The
necessarily.
future might be whatever it's gonna be, but that was the consideration, and then.
Just the line is the only one street.
Yeah, it has Main Street, and then the other thing that was brought up was this idea of it being a flower shop in the front. And then you would then go through a second door to get marijuana, which some people didn't like, and actually looking into it, it's not clear that that's like a permitted way for us to do this business in New York City to begin with, but we didn't know that at the time, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to take a vote.
We have a motion to disapprove on the floor.
Question. Is it possible to call the question, please?
Yes.
Okay,
Wait,
second.
if he has a friendly amendment, he wants.
Can we mention the flower shop thing and the whereas clauses, because that's.
It's mentioned in it as it is, I think so, is it not in here?
I don't see it.
No.
Oh, then it should have been, where it's, yeah, because that was a problematic part of this. Yeah, you're right, it doesn't say that in that. I think fine, adding that in.
Question's been called and seconded.
I hear you, Sarah?
So I hear the and I think that is really important, but I am very concerned when public comments use stereotypes about people who may be users of cannabis, or if they advance ideas about crime that are not evidence-based. And so I think that if we're making our decision based on the parameters of how this shop might fit in, for example, I thought that the comment about renters insurance being harder to get for residential building, I found that very compelling. But the comments about rises in crime and people coming to the island to rob it, it's not evidence-based. And so I think that you can make in our comments, we need to be very careful about how we're making this decision, so we're not inflaming.
Yeah, okay, so the question has been called.
Yeah,
You wanna go ahead and do our vote now?
Okay, is anyone voting in favor, do roll call? Okay, let's just do it.
Okay, so this is a disapproval.
This is a.
Yes,
No, okay,
Disapproval.
what's the point of information?
Is it true that you can't get insurance? Is that?
I have no.
I don't think we know.
That's
But-
seems a little.
Come on.
I think we could all agree.
No, wait,
No,
Sorry,
come on.
We'll agree on it.
Come on.
Yes, I have a point of information.
what's your question?
My
What's your
question
question?
is, okay, here's the question.
Okay,
Isn't everybody's insurance in everything going up? That's just what's happening, and it has
that's not
nothing
what
to
she
do.
said.
That's
No,
not what we're
but it has
talking about
nothing
here.
to do
I
with-
think I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I think
Okay. Yes,
Anderson.
that's the point of information.
Crossroads.
We are trying,
Angelos.
No,
no, okay.
This is a disapproval.
it's a motion to disapprove.
Yes means no. Yes means no. Okay. Ashby.
Yes.
Avatar.
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Birnbaum.
Yes.
Boris.
No.
Guerrero.
No.
Camp.
Yes.
Chu.
Pass.
Cone.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Format.
Yes.
Paulson. Barber.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Alan Clark. Abstain. Hartzog.
Pass.
Halpern.
Yes.
Hershenson.
Yes.
Hussein.
No.
Johnson.
No.
Crickler.
Yeah.
Later, no. Mason.
Yes.
McClement.
Yes.
Meyerson.
Yes.
Hartfield.
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Hope Marshall.
Yes.
Price.
Yes.
Rose.
Abstain.
Rudder.
No.
Sanchez.
Yes.
Snyder. Seligson.
Yes.
Salam.
Yeah.
Selway.
No.
Clay. Squire.
Yes.
Stein.
Yes.
Tamayo,
Yes.
Wald. No. Warren,
No.
Weinberger,
No.
Weiner.
Yes,
And then going back to the passes, Chu,
No.
Hartzog.
Abstain.
Okay, the motion passes 28 yes, 15 no, 3 abstentions.
I'm sorry, Sahar in the chat wishes to change to yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Lindsay's already left the podium. Thank you. Okay, I believe we're up to landmarks, which is gonna do, its personal best for a short, session.
Oh, I don't know.
I hope so.
Here,
I hope so. That's on it, yeah.
Let me zoom out for you a bit, but that should be.
We gotta close it, so you gotta all see the whole.
Only 2 slides, right?
There are three,
Oh,
three
yeah.
quick slides. This was a very close one, 6-5, and it's a disapproval. It's the Sherry Netherland. This is the typical storefront. Rather, you see the 3 typical storefronts, and then this is a Michael Gray's design.
You have to put it to.
There are 3 typical storefronts to the right. The left, you're looking at a storefront that was designed by Michael Gray. Go to the next. Once upon a time, all 3 storefronts were the same, except all 4 were the same, except that Gray's designed a new storefront, looks like this. We designed it, looks like this today, and the new tenant is an international jewelry store or series of stores. And they have a logo color, which is bright green. The color that you see against the bright green is sort of a dark grayish green. Not reading that way, but that's what it is. Go to the next. And here you see the proposal in the context of the sharing level. I know we want to be quick. I'm going to suggest that one person speak against it and one person speak for it because it's so close. Marco?
I'm going to speak in favor. May I take the mic, One of the guiding principles of commercial design is to create a visual hierarchy, sometimes achieved through a controlled mix of shapes and color, to draw attention and support commercial activity. In this proposal, the use of green is strong but effective. It clearly highlights the entrance and the business identity without overwhelming the surrounding context. Overall, the design is intentional, commercially effective, and respectful of the building and its context.
Thank you. Thank you. Michelle, you want to speak against it?
Yeah, and I think this picture speaks for why those of us who opposed it. Look at the rest of the streetscape, including a clock that's been there forever. Granted, it's not the exact color of the other fronts, but it's similar. You get a unity in that streetscape. This green, the bright green serves nothing on that street, no other commercial enterprise with the exception of the one that's moving into that space, whose identity, noticing them, the name is a familiar one, they're a famous one. This will not inhibit their business practice at all. And for the sake of continuity and appropriateness, I don't think that color should be used.
Anybody want to make a motion?
He does.
I would like to offer a substitute motion to approve as presented.
Thank you.
Second.
Wait a second.
No, it's a disapproval.
Disapproval.
On paper disapproval, I offer substitute to approve.
Substitute motion to approve, second. Okay.
Call the question, please.
Second.
Right, call roll, please.
We have to?
So yes is now a yes.
Yes is to approve.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anderson,
Yes.
Angelos,
Yes.
Ashby,
No.
Avisar,
Yeah.
Barron,
No.
Birnbaum,
No.
Forrest,
Yes.
Ferrero,
Yes.
Camp,
No.
Chu,
No.
Cone,
Yes.
Coleman,
Not here.
sorry, Cormac,
Abstain.
Faulkson,
Yes.
Faber,
Yes.
Fink,
Yes.
Helen Clark, yes, Herzog,
Yes.
Halpern,
Yes.
Hershenson,
Yes.
Hussein,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Crickler. Gone. Litter,
Yeah.
Mason,
Abstain.
McClement,
Yes.
Meissen,
Yes.
Partial,
No.
Phillips,
Yes.
Pope Marshall,
Yes.
Price,
No.
Rose,
Abstain.
Rudder,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Schneider, Seligson,
Yes.
Selam,
Abstain.
Selway,
No.
Slade,
Yes.
Squire,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Tamayo,
Yes.
Wald,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Weinberger,
No.
Weiner,
Yes.
and Paul's and abstain. Okay, the motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. Okay. Okay, this is
I'll blow it up for you there.
Yeah, there we go.
There.
This is 800 Fifth Avenue. This building here, which was built in,
No, you need the mic.
oh, people at home,
Yeah.
okay, that's all right. Built between where did it go off? Oh, it went off.
Sometimes when you set it down, that's
Yeah.
okay. This one might come on first.
Hang on, sorry.
We'll see.
It
which
has
one's
to do
your
with
screen.
Zoom, it's not.
Okay, no, you're right. Okay, no,
This one's good.
no.
There we go.
Okay, this was built in 1979, subject to a special zoning permit for because it falls within the, zoning, park improvement district. Okay, this is what it looks like today. Let's go to the next one, I hope, good. And this is the proposal. The proposal is for a building that fits within the approved envelope of the special district, special permit. It essentially, there's a picture later, it retains the base of the existing building and builds a new tower above. So the building it's 300 feet tall, from 300 feet down to 55 some odd feet or 51 feet. It is being removed and rebuilt. It's going from luxury rental to condominium. The number of units will be approximately half what was there before. This is not.
I think it's a third.
Yes, 55 from 198. Okay.
But that's not the issue.
But that's not part of the landmarks issue. It might be something we might be upset about, although the rentals in this building apparently today start at $14,000 a month, so. Yeah, okay. At any rate,
Keep going.
keep going, next slide. This is the entrance as it is today. This building was not much loved when it was built and is not much loved now, although I don't think it's as bad as some others do. Next. And this is the proposal by Robert A. Stern Architects, the new Fifth Avenue front. Next, one more. And this is what it looks like from the back today. You'll notice there was a garden. If you read the resolution, there's a garden in the back, which is not physically accessible to the public, but is in fact visible. And if you go to the next one, which is the last, I think, this is what it is proposed to look like. This would be for Madison Avenue toward Fifth. And there is a new sort of screen wall here. And that garden will be converted to a landscape motor court. This was approved on a 9-2 vote. The objections were primarily Smarco and Lori for, I think, different reasons.
Yes.
Lori for the reduction in housing and, which is important but irrelevant, and Marco because of the increased bulkiness, apparent bulkiness of the building, which is probably true. So.
Can you speak?
Yeah, if you want.
Thank you.
I was trying to short serve.
While the facades approach is generally acceptable, the real treatment is not. The existing stepped condition effectively reduces mass toward the north, maintaining separation from the neighboring streetscape and preserving scale and character, particularly given the proximity to the park improvement district. The proposal eliminates this stepped profile despite having unused floor area by widening and raising the north facade into a single continuous block. It creates bulkier, more imposing mass. This is not restoration, it is expansion. It is also important to note that the 1976 special permit allowed additional height and width only if the approved configuration was built. It was not. When a project fails to follow its approval, that entitlement no longer applies.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. It is. It isn't that. The build condition becomes the baseline. As submitted, the proposal is disproportionately historical, incompatible, and inconsistent with the regulation and context. Thank you.
Okay.
You should read the 1976.
Poll question.
That's exactly right.
What kind of information?
Yes.
You say that the garden was being replaced by a driveway?
No. The garden it's still a landscape garden that will be visible and in fact will be accessible to the public, which it was not the case today. It's just we'll also have a rear entrance to the building. In other words, we'll be able to enter it from the garden or from Fifth Avenue.
Is that what a low is?
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically the entrance to the garage, instead of being from 61st Street, will be inside that courtyard. And it'll be by an elevator. Yeah.
If you want to elevator, she'll go on the property.
Is it going to be taller than the existing?
No, same height. Same height. Well, the bulkhead is 9 feet tall.
Listen.
Okay.
Call the question.
Second.
Okay, so this was an approval.
Right.
Okay.
We'll call the roll or?
Yes, call the roll.
By acclamation?
I'm okay with that.
Is anybody voting against it?
Okay.
No.
Here's the roll. Anderson. No. Angelos. Ashby.
Yes.
Agsar.
Yes.
Darren.
Yes.
Birnbaum.
Yes.
Forrest.
No.
Guerrero.
Yes.
Camp.
No.
Two.
No.
Crone.
Yes.
Cormac.
Yeah.
Clausen.
Give them that.
Barber.
No.
Fink.
Yes.
Alan Clark.
Yes.
Herzog.
Yes.
Halpern.
Yes.
Hershenson.
Yes.
Hussein.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Prickler.
Yes.
Later, yes. Mason.
Yes.
McClement.
Yes.
Myerson.
Yes.
Partial.
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Hope Marshall.
Yes.
Price.
Yes.
Rose.
No.
Rudder.
Yes.
Sanchez.
No longer on the Zoom.
Okay. Thank you. Schneider.
Yes.
Seligson.
Yes.
Salam.
Yes.
Selway.
Yes.
Clay.
Yes.
Squire.
Yes.
Stein.
Yes.
Mayo.
No.
Wall.
Yes.
Warren.
Yes.
Weinberger.
Excuse me, no.
And Weiner.
Yes.
Angeles.
No.
All right. Motion carries 34-10.
Okay, next up.
Next up, there's just one slide. This was a unanimous.
Excellent.
For 875th Avenue. Work to be done at the 20th floor in the penthouse above to replace 2 greenhouses with slightly modified greenhouses and for window replacement. Kimberly.
Motion to approve.
Call the question.
Second.
Yeah, call the question.
Oh, sorry.
All in favor, any opposed?
Anybody voting no? Okay, next. Excellent presentation, Jane.
Mine also only has one.
Okay, I'm loving it.
Yeah, okay,
Oh, no.
all right.
Oh, this one.
This one, okay. This is an application to replace the windows on the 12th floor of this building. This building does not have a window master plan. The windows sometime between 1948 and 1984, the windows were replaced. And they were replaced with tilt and turn, single pane windows throughout the building. Landmarks has approved 2 other new window replacement programs in addition to this one on the 3rd and 4th floors where the windows were replaced in kind. The issue, and this was first, there was a disapproval that failed, and then there was an approval where it passed. Now, the dispute comes to this: do you want your building to be consistent? Or do you want your building to slowly over generations, maybe not change from everything being the same to some of them being different? And that was the issue. The people who voted against the proposal, yes.
No, I'm just questioning what this says. I don't think my vote was correctly represented.
Okay, can we
Did you
finish?
put down 2 or 3 of the resolutions?
We put down both resolutions. You were yes once and no the second time.
Okay, all I'm seeing is the yes, okay.
Yeah.
But the no is there. Okay, thank you.
Can you elaborate on what you're saying?
Okay.
What you said, some people, but you mean the people in the building, did anybody from the
No
building?
one from the building had any comments whatsoever. They appear to be completely satisfied with what they have or not. And, but they certainly were silent. When I said some objected, it was the objections of some people within the committee who felt that the windows should not be consistent, but should begin a program of returning to double hung wood windows. So anyway, that was basically the back and forth.
Point of information, you said that there already are 2 floors that have.
All of the windows are new single pane tilt and turn, with the exception of some of the corners, but that's because they're too wide and they're actually cased. But they're all 2 or 3 2 apartments got approval from Landmarks to replace their windows in kind with tilt and turn windows.
So they're already.
They're all completely uniform.
Except those.
No, they're all exactly the same. These people want to take their tilt and turn windows and turn them into tilt and turn windows. The fact that Landmarks is insisting that we even look at it is unacceptable.
That was what
Okay,
was
so why are you
confusing
spending so much time on it then?
Call the question.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Yes, I don't know if people can hear me, but this building was a very fine building, and the architect was one of the finest architects of apartment buildings between the 2 great wars. Its original windows were double hung multi-light windows replaced with these totally inappropriate characterless windows.
Got it.
The original fenestration gave its character, style, texture, and it was made it and recognized what a great building it was. It was desecrated by having all these inappropriate double, open characterless windows. You mentioned consistency. It's consistently inappropriate. And a building that was of this character, it did have two previous replacements in kind. Had they been required to do the appropriate, we would be a little closer to getting back to what it is. But the fact that this is the third replacement of these windows indicates to me that it's, you know, it is a replacement's gonna come along. But I think that the consistency is fine mostly, but when it's consistently wrong, I don't think that we should approve this and then get it back to a great building that it once was.
I'd like to call the question on this item and just clarify, I believe this is item 5 on the packet. And we
That's item 5 in the packet, it was item 4,
Right.
it's item 5 in the packet, it was item 4 in our meeting, which is why I.
Excellent, thank you.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Second.
What's the question?
Okay.
I just want to point out, there was also an issue of a master plan here.
Yeah, we said it was not
Yeah,
after.
but not
We said
everybody, you know, knows
said
what that is, so.
Okay, let's go. What are
yeah.
you doing?
And it's also open to the building.
Okay, wait, it doesn't
to
matter.
replace
We're-
the-
What does that?
By
Just
action.
because it's last on the agenda, it doesn't, it's irrelevant.
Question.
All right, just call them all, let's just do it.
Anderson.
Hold on, is this an improvement?
Angelo.
Is this a?
Yes,
As in the past.
yes. We're on item number 5. Item number 5.
Angelo. Ashby.
No.
Abissa.
No.
Barron.
No.
Birnbaum.
No.
Morris.
Yes.
Ferrero.
Yes.
Camp.
No.
Chu.
Abstain.
Cone.
Yes.
Cormac.
Yes.
Watson.
Yeah.
Faber.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Helen Clark, yes. Herzog.
Yes.
Halpern.
Yes.
Hershenson.
Yeah.
Hussein.
Yes.
Johnson. Brickler.
Yes.
Later.
Yeah.
Mason.
Yes.
McClement.
Yes.
Meyerson.
Yes.
Marshall.
No.
Phillips.
Yes.
Pope Marshall.
Yes.
Price.
No.
Rose.
Yes.
Rudder.
Yes.
Schneider. Stellingson.
Yes.
Selam.
Yes.
Selway.
Abstain.
Slay.
Yes.
Squire.
Yes.
Stein.
Yes.
Oops. Tamayo.
No.
Wall.
Yes.
Warren.
Yes.
Weinberger.
Yes.
Weiner.
No.
32 yes, 9 no, 2 abstain.
Okay.
Please.
So now we're going to item 4.
We're in item 4, which is
those-
5377th Street.
Okay.
All right. Let me zoom out for you again. There we are.
There you're seeing a series that starts back in 1901. We voted in favor of this against what was existing at that time. And we had an 11-to-1 vote in favor of going from here to here. Unfortunately, we can't go back to here, but I think that's why this particular individual wanted to do that. A vote of principle. In any event, we approve this, and if you go to the next slide.
Yeah.
In the next slide, these are the additional modifications they want to make. They're changing these windows to French doors. They're changing this door to doors that will be related to the French doors. They're eliminating the windows in the middle. And it may be hard to see, but they've re-proportioned the fins and the limestones so they can put in an area to put in the name. And if you go to the next, and you can see it here, it says gallery, but in fact, it will become the actual name of the gallery. So I don't know if we can do this by acclamation.
First of all, we have to call the question.
Or we have to call the question.
Okay, call the question.
Second. Everybody in favor?
Yeah.
Any?
One person not in favor, unless he's gonna change. Two? Okay. Two not in
Two?
favor. I got you.
Okay, two, you got those two?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, what are we doing about that supplemental thing? We're just gonna tell them to come back?
Talking about,
53, yeah,
what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in the whereases that we received this letter and that we put the rule on it.
okay, excellent. All right, transportation.
Okay, we have two unanimous approvals here. One is item 2, which is 49 East 67th Street. It was for one of these snow melting things. That was approved, the under sidewalk approved unanimously. And then it was item 6, which was the lycée Français school, which wanted to extend their hours, which are now 9 to 4. They wanted to make.
Can't hear you, Chuck.
5, sorry. Okay, they want to make it 9 to 5, 1 hour.
Which
That
one
was
are you talking
unanimous.
about? I can't hear you.
That's the lead thing.
I'm talking about items
6?
2 and item 6.
Okay.
Both unanimous.
Okay.
Yes, Mark?
And we call the question the unanimous.
Yes, second? Second. Okay. Is there anybody, oppose this? Okay, so that, now, let's get on to the next one, item 3, and why don't you do that? since
Oh,
I'm-
I don't know the details of
Okay.
of that offhand. I missed the meeting. It was like the first transportation meeting I've missed.
Ever?
And I'll never forgive him,
I know.
because I had to do it minutes. Anyway, anyhow, this was item 3 here, and,
Is revocable consent?
this was, yeah, let me just get this here, this was a revocable consent to install a stoop and fenced-in area at 132 East 64th Street, and the problem was, this was a big townhouse that covered like 2 lots, and the objection here was to the fact that the fence went across the whole property. And this was something that was, disapproved.
Do we have a photo?
No, approved, I mean, sorry. No, we don't have, we don't have plans, but we didn't bring plans.
We know this is right. This one, item 3, I thought you were the only one who voted. Yes, it was
Yeah,
it was a disapproval 5-1.
yes,
And
it was disapproval, I was the only one who voted against it, but we can take this unanimously if people want to do that. Anybody besides me? Call the question, okay. Second, okay. So is anyone else besides me? I'll vote no.
I'm gonna vote no with Chuck.
Okay, 2.
Okay. So, all right, so we've done, that was item 3.
item 4 was the Brompton, which.
Item four was the Brompton, that's at 205 East 85th Street. And this was a case of one space in front that they wanted. And I mentioned that we had a general policy not to do this, but the committee, at least majority of the committee felt that since it was one space, that we ought to go ahead and do it. And it was then it being a 4-2 vote, just people who were there. Yes,
Question.
yes.
Can someone express why this building is different, that it gets an approval? Because
Precisely.
what this feels to me is
Precisely.
that this is a squeaky wheel situation. And if every building had their residents petition, it would be exactly the same as this. And therefore, how do you, in fairness, say you can have a spot in front of your building, but you can't?
I did say some of the same thing. But that's true. This building, while, they came up with issues and there are issues, but there are issues at a lot of buildings. And I think that's always been the issue at our board and our committee,
And once we do this, we might want to be in big.
Yeah.
And this.
That proposal
Yeah.
itself is good.
Yeah, I just wanna,
Disapprove. Second.
oh, I
Second,
didn't
yeah,
know who you
okay.
called then, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, what did you call the question?
Somebody has, well, call, somebody has to call.
Okay.
No, it's just say what she said.
Substitute.
Calling the question
On the
Okay.
on the
disapproval.
disapproval motion.
Okay.
So, how, do we want to call a roll
I
here?
think you
Because
probably
I
need a
think
roll,
there's some
that's-
people who feel differently about this.
Anderson.
This is to disapprove.
Disapprove.
Yes.
Yes, it's no.
Angelos.
Yeah.
Ashby.
Yes.
Avisar.
Pass.
Barry.
Yes.
Birnbaum.
Yes,
Flores.
Yes.
Guerrero.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped.
You skipped me,
Alita. I got confused there. Guerrero and then Alita, what is yours?
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Chu is yes.
Yes.
Cone.
Yes.
Cormac is yes. Paulson.
No.
Barber.
Yes.
Fink.
Yes.
Helen Clark.
No.
Hartsock. Maybe gone. Helper.
Yes.
Christensen.
Yes.
Hussein.
Yes.
Strickler.
No.
Later.
Yes.
Lev gone.
Lev is on
Mason,
Zoom.
He's not, oh, no.
Yes.
Mason.
Yes.
McClement.
Yes.
Meyerson.
Yes.
Michaels is gone. Parshall.
Yes.
Phillips.
Yes.
Pope Marshall.
Yes.
Price.
Yeah.
Rose.
Yes.
Rudder.
Yes.
Seligson or Schneider.
No.
Seligson.
Yeah.
Salam.
Yes.
Selway.
Yes.
Slay.
Abstain.
Squire.
No.
Stein.
Yes.
Tamayo.
Yes.
Wall.
Yes.
Warren.
Yes.
Weinberger.
No.
And then Weiner.
yes.
And then passes. Barron. Did you not pass it on?
Yes,
Sorry.
I did.
Or.
No.
You're no, okay. Okay, and then, all right, that is 35-7, it passes.
Okay, our last item, this was an unusual request. It was actually an interesting request to change the parking regulations from 320 East 65th Street to 360 East 65th Street. And they want to change the truck loading zone or no standing. This came up from a member of the community. And this was a strange thing. He would have eliminated 18 parking spaces. And he said that, that there was, the trucks, there were double parking and all that. And there were a bunch of neighbors there who really said, really, that's not really what happens on the block. And, there's very small stores, there's not a lot of big trucks. It's a nice block. And at the end of the discussion, he said, well, I think my neighbors have made very good points here. It was really one of those interesting discussions. Everybody was so nice to each other. And this guy just said, well, basically just gave it up. And so we voted unanimously to disapprove it. So, yes. Second. Okay, anybody, vote against this? Okay, I think we're done, but it was an interesting meeting.
What about, I mean,
We're done.
okay, you did 6 before 5, okay. Okay. I don't understand why we actually voted on that, but that's okay. I like the story.
There's some publicity also about.
Yeah, okay, so 2 things before everybody runs out, because there's no motion to adjourn on the floor. But we probably will not have a land use meeting, but we will have an executive committee meeting, and that is all of the officers and chairs of the committees getting ready for January and start like a new year. So, and there may be other things to discuss. So we can do that via a Zoom meeting. We don't have to do it in person, but I just wanted to give you some leeway before you start asking me for an excuse for the land use meeting. But there's not gonna be one. Thank you very much. What?
Which day?
I think it's December
Second Wednesday.
the second Wednesday. Sorry, I don't want to give the
10th.
The 10th.
That is the 10th.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
I'm assuming that, Rose has made the motion.
It's great to meet you.
Welcome, it sounds like you're gonna be doing amazing things.
Well, I hope so.